Come on, baby, buffer out a little bit.
I have a connection on my phone.
Yeah, me too. I'm splitting in between like red and green on my computer right now. Ugh. Let's see here. Now it's back there. Are we stable again?
My phone went out for a minute, but it's fine now.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're stable again. I was fading, my stream, I should say, was like fading in and out of consciousness there for a second. It disconnected, and then it was flashing between red and yellow and green and all of that. So I think I live again. Let's see. That's the wrong button. Yes, and we're back. It did indeed die. Okay, well, I guess we'll split it up. I guess we'll just split it in two parts like we've done before, so that's fine. Yes, it did indeed die. Dubiously. Almost like it was sabotaged. Well, nothing of consequence has really happened so far, but there you go.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, time to come.
Our internet's gonna get fixed tomorrow anyways.
Yeah, we've been having some ups and downs with our internet for the past few days, so time to combine VODs to make a whole episode. Yep, I've done that before. We had to do it with God of War as well. There was an episode that got split in two, but that's okay. I don't remember where I left off, but we can very, well, not softly hear Cupel, but Cupel is telling us there's something nearby that we can go get. I think it's down on the next floor here. I think so. I think we got to go down and around here, so we're going to go down around here. Yeah, some ons and offs, my words, they cursed us. It's okay. It's all happened. It's fine. We'll be fine. We'll buffer out.
Our internet's been having issues since Wednesday night. On and off.
Yep. So, with the internet company sending a technician out tomorrow to see if there's any issues, so we're gonna have to see. Because sometimes it's fine, and sometimes it completely craps out, and I don't really have an explanation as to why just yet. We'll find out.
And when it craps out, sometimes it does it for hours.
Yeah, it's true.
And sometimes it's only like that for a minute or two.
Yeah. Yep.
It's so random.
Oh, that's a very large group of enemies.
I know, it is huge.
So I can probably blast most of them with Alpha Storm. So let's do that, and then have everybody else go after the others. We'll have you go after one of the Flestics, maybe? Yeah, I think so, because I don't think they'll quite get hit by the stuff, so let's hit them with other stuff if Aka can't blast through the group. She might be able to, though. It looks a little to the side, yeah. Okay, that's fine. We'll take the rest out in a minute. Could have used Pyre, but that's alright. Now we just gotta hit this looper before he runs away. He might run away right now, but that's okay. Now that guy tried to run away. Sure didn't work for him, though. Corner him, Drachma! Don't let him escape. Okay, good. Okay, good. That works. Yeah, I don't remember exactly where I left off in terms of the, that there stuff that we were chatting about, but I think I was talking about the element system, and yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. It's nice to be able to kind of focus it on a single individual or spread it out depending on what you need, so it's cool to play around with. Alright, got Crystally. That's good. We should probably work on, like, Wevely and Electri for her next. That seems like a decent idea. So, alright, now, probably down here. Yep, somewhere right around here. Oop, hang on. It's right in this space. There it is. There's our Cham. Alright, so let's feed that over. Probably won't change Cupel at all right now, but I might as well just get him out of my inventory, you know? So, yep, there you go. He usually changes every 2 to 4 chams you feed him. It just kind of depends on the situation. So, last thing you heard me say was that I like the element system. Yeah, so it was just about right there. I kind of caught it pretty quickly because I actually sometimes I forget to turn volume on my computer when I have the stream up, and basically almost exactly after I started saying that, I kind of went on like a one-sentence tangent a little bit, and then I heard the sound effect from OBS saying that it crashed. Well, not crashed, but went offline. So, and then it reconnected after that. So, you know. What do we got? Maracas, Flestics. Most of them are kind of clumped together. Do I get Webley or Electrine? I think I'm going to get Electrine next because everybody needs Electri, so let's just work on that next, I think. Even though we won't use it in this battle because we'll be using Fire Elemental damage instead. Yeah, I guess hit the Flestic, why not? We probably won't need much of anything outside of this, but, you know, might as well aim just in case. Yeah, I didn't think so. Because if the enemies are positioned correctly, you can basically just aim well and kill them all. I mean, or you could just use Pyre. Probably at this point, Pyre will do the trick, but yeah. It's fine. Okay, we got Electri. That's good. We'll wait until Vice and Fina get it, and I don't honestly even care if Drachma gets it or not. It's not a big deal, honestly. Okay, so here's the spot where that there Sentinel was. That's kind of interesting. I wonder what he's actually made of. Let's fill in our map real quick just so I don't get OCD about it. Oops. No, let me back there. There we go. Walk under the stairs, because why not? There we go. Now we're basically filled out. There's like a couple of little sections that I could probably fill out later, but probably behind this is, oh, I was gonna say a bunch of water, but oh, right, yeah, this is where we first entered, where the save point was, yeah. Okay, that's fine. I thought it was a new door, and we just didn't look at it before, but no, this is where we entered to get that there stuff that we got. I think I went that way, so this is the door I came in, I think. And then I think we gotta go back this way. Can I go any further that way? Not really, no, because the platform's blocked off. Alright, but I think we've gotten pretty much everything that I wanted to get in terms of, like, going back and backtracking to get stuff for Fina. There is an optional boss fight available right now for us. I'm not really confident that we'll be able to survive it, but I might go try it anyway. I think you're more meant to do it after doing the next sequence of story events, but it's related to that black spot that we got from the Sailors Guild last time, so we might give it a shot. Why not? Actually, I can use Electri now, so that might help with getting rid of that there Looper, because it's a line AoE. So, why don't you give that a shot, Aka? She's going to be kind of like our resident mage for a little bit, but not for too long, because we'll eventually catch Fina up, and once she's caught up, it'll be fine, so.
Moons, give me strength.
Probably won't hit that Flestic, though. Yeah, it's not a very large line AoE. It gets larger the further the level, obviously, like the other ones, but there you go. And that'll work.
That was easy.
Okay. So that should get Vice and Fina, I think, to their respective Electri. Yes. Yes, it will. Okay, good. And with Drachma, I just honestly am not really concerned about his magic, like I said before. Basically, his magic isn't really strictly necessary to get anything for. Like, once you have Sacri, you're kind of good, because he really doesn't need much except to, like, top people off outside of battle if you have already used a bunch of MP on other people, so don't worry about him too much. The only spot that might need filling in is like this section on the other side. And it does look like it filled in, so okay, that's fine. I'll just go upstairs and... I mean, I would have to go back through the dungeon in order to get over there, so I don't know if I feel like doing that. Maybe I don't. Hang on. Maybe I can... kinda... Oh no, I don't think I can, because I think it's kind of like on a different section from where we are right now. Unless I'm blind, which is possible. Time for some Wevley, I think. Oops, sorry. Oh no, that was silver. I thought I went past this. I was like, wait a minute. That's not right. But no, it is. It's fine. So this is just an Alpha Storm battle. But I guess we'll all kind of go after the Maraca since it has the most defense. Like, I mean, this is just going to happen and it doesn't matter, but, you know. Might as well aim up rather than guard and Alpha Storm and then miss one of them, you know.
Serves 'em right.
They should know better than to pick a fight with us considering how strong we are at this point. Alright. Yeah, see, I can't quite get to it from here, but that's okay. I don't have to. Probably it was when you first came in here you could fill it out, and since the crystal's down now, and I don't think you can send it back up. Yeah, so you probably can't fill that out 100%. So if you have OCD, more so than I do, make sure you take care of that before you lower the crystal. Or else you will never be able to fully fill the map out. You'll be at 99% and that's it, so. Alright, but we're done with that. I guess we'll go try the fight that I was talking about, the one that's associated with the black spot, so. Now, this fight coming up was added in the Legends version of the game. And the thing that you'll notice about basically all of the bosses, I almost want to call them super bosses, added in the Legends version, is that, well, actually, yeah, that's pretty much true. They're all kind of basically like super bosses. They're immune to all status effects, basically. Let's see, what else? 3 loopers. If I can hit them all, this would be great. But they're all kind of spread out, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. But yeah, they're all immune to all status ailments. They all have really high stats. They have... Effectively, they're... Basically, when they open up, they're a little bit stronger than you should be at that point. And they have a ton of, like, really, really strong attacks that they'll just whack you with. So they're not really... Well, if you want my opinion, it doesn't really feel like they're the good kind of super boss where they add additional new mechanics to the game that require you to think on your feet in a different way than you did in the original. It's more of a stat check, basically, to say, hey, have you been leveling your gear properly? Have you been doing that? Okay, well, if you use the right strategy, you'll squeak by in this battle, but if you haven't, well, you're gonna be screwed. You'll see kind of what I mean, probably, when we fight this boss coming up, but it's not my favorite kind of additional content in a game, that's for sure. So, alright, now Fina, go before that looper so we can actually hit him before he runs away like his friend did. Okay, well, we cornered him. I don't think positioning has anything to do, by the way, with whether or not he can run away. It's just a matter of... it's just a matter of whether or not his run is successful.
That was easy.
Yeah, a lot of the bosses in the original game were very well balanced, at least in my opinion, but the newer ones that they added are kind of... I don't really want to call them well balanced. I mean, they're tough, sure, but not in the way where it's like, oh, this is more interesting and different from what it was in the original game. They're tough in the way that, oh, they just have padded stats and do buttloads of damage. Okay. And you're at a tactical disadvantage no matter what. Because here's the other thing about these bosses is that they level with you in this game, unlike the bosses from the original version of the game. Those ones in the original game, from the original game, are all at a static level, whereas the bosses from the Legends version all level up with you. So they will always be slightly stronger than you unless you power level to like the 60s or 70s and then blast all your way up. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of that. But there you go. Yeah, kind of like the arena bosses from 10. Yeah, they're more of an additional challenge, and none of them are required to get... Well, they're required to get the 3 secrets, but none of them are required to beat the game. In order to finish the Moonfish quest, though, you have to defeat one of them, but that's the one that I actually do enjoy because there is more mechanical tactics that you can use in that fight. The other ones are mostly just, like, exactly what I said, where it's like, okay, well, they kind of just don't... You can't use any statuses on them. You can't even use weak on them if you... Excuse me, if you have Drilln yet. And, they can use Incrum on themselves, and they can blast you with higher level magic than you can get. Like the one guy that's on the wanted board there, speaking of which, I should probably go and sell the Silver Moon Pit information. But the one guy that's on the wanted board there right now has access to Pyron, which is the level 3 out of 4 fire elemental attack. And he has it when you're around like level 15 or so, which is kind of a lot for that point in the game. That's not the part that really is problematic because you can just use Delta Shield on it, but he comes with a little bit of backup, and his backup just uses S moves over and over again on you. And super moves cannot be blocked by Delta Shield. They can only have their damage reduced by a super move that we don't have yet. And in addition to that, they kind of just... I don't know, it just feels like... I mean, they're giving the enemies the same stuff that I have access to, but when their stats are padded to the ceiling like that, it just feels a little cheaper than it probably should. I don't really know how to articulate how I feel about it, but I don't like it. So it just feels like there's no way for you to make the fight easier on yourself. It's basically just a keep wailing your head against this brick wall kind of a dealie until you beat them. I was going to show you the person that I'm talking about. Here we go. Rupee of the Larso clan. 2,000 gold bounty, but if you go fight him right now, you're probably going to get your ass ripped open, so maybe don't do that. So, I don't even know if he shows up until you're done with the events in Nazarad right now, though, because that's our next destination after we take care of this little side fight coming up. I'm going to rest, though, at the inn, just to top myself off. So, let that guy enjoy his solid ground. Yeah, yo-ho-ho and a bottle of Pyron. Something tells me that would not go down smooth. That doesn't sound like it should have passed QA. Yeah, It was like... Again, the original game has this really nice balance to it. Every fight feels fair for that point in the game. And again, you can beat the whole game at around level 40. Meanwhile... And here's the weird part, too, about it, is like... If you don't fight Rupee right away, where you deal with all of the stuff that he has that's more powerful than it should be for that point in the game, the stat scaling on them, from what I understand, is pretty damn ridiculous. Like, I think I remember in a post on the internet about it, I don't remember where I read it, but somebody fought Rupee at like level 30-something, close to where he tops off in terms of his like level cap. Because I think he goes up to like into the 40s or something, like low 40s, and that's about it. But somebody fought him in like the 30s or something like that, and he was one-shotting Vice from full health with his super move in that fight. And at that point in the game, you have like 3,500 health. So either that guy wasn't really upgrading armor, or the stat scaling is so fucking atrocious that, again, the boss fights just feel cheap. So... Yeah, last-minute decision to add some padding to the game. And, I mean, it's nice that they added in these wanted battles, don't get me wrong. I think it's a good idea. It's just, they need to feel balanced with the rest of the game. And right now, I don't feel like they necessarily do. Is this a merchant ship, or is this what I'm looking for? I don't know, but just in case it isn't a merchant ship, I'm just going to save real quick. I think we just did. Yeah, we just did, but I'll do it anyway right here so I don't get confused. Alright, anyway. I mean, a lot of games were kind of doing that where they would add super bosses and stuff like that to their games at around this time. I mean, just look at Final Fantasy X. It came out a year after this one did, originally on the PS2, so... Yeah, and they had a lot of side content in those games. It was kind of almost like a race for more side content at this time period for RPGs, so... In hindsight, I would rather the game's side content feel balanced with the rest of the main game, though, so, you know. Yep, that's where we're going. Sounds like a plan. Let me just look around real quick, though, because Again, I think it's west of Sailor's Island, but I don't think it's this far west of Sailor's Island where the boss is here. No, we do not talk about that super boss. Honestly, you don't like a lot of super bosses. They're HP sponges where you die if you do something wrong. Yeah, and that's the worst kind of bonus content, in my opinion, where it's just like you're just a damage sponge. Like, why do... I don't know. It doesn't feel like good content to me. It just feels like they're just like, okay, here's a bunch of padding, essentially. Hit your head against this brick wall until you kill them. And I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me in terms of, like, good content. Oh, you know what? I should have Vice go over here, actually, because I can hit those guys with Alpha Storm in a line. And then... Do you have Lunar Glyph yet? You do have Lunar Glyph. I'm going to need that, actually, for this fight that's coming up in a second. And that's one of the reasons why I actually kind of dig this fight, is because there's more to it than just wail on them and let them wail on you and hope you don't die. So, we'll see what happens. Oh good, now I'll hit the other guy with Alpha Storm and everything else. Yeah, yes man, I'm PS2, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, there was a third guy? Yeah, oh no, there was a third guy. I was like, wait a minute, no, but he was off on the side, yeah. I'm dumb, sorry. If we ever do fight Yasmat for the stream, I don't think I'm gonna do it legit, though, if I'm honest. Like, I feel like... First of all, it's not necessary for much of anything in 12, even in Zodiac Age. And second of all, I don't know. I feel like I would do it very similarly to how I did it on the PS2, which was I basically set my gambits up to let me AFK. I went to school, and I let the game beat him for me, and I came back from my college classes, and he was dead, so yeah, that's how that went. It's not over this far. Maybe it's north of Sailor's Island. Wait, hang on. Hello, what's this? Oh, another merchant ship, okay. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Well, we know that part, that's for sure. We'll check this one out. That looks like a Nazar airship, but I'll check it out anyway. The trouble right now is that I don't actually remember what the ship looks like, so yeah, that's gonna be a little bit tricky to deal with. Why don't you help out Aka, because I don't think Drachma's gonna be able to hit this guy. See, all I gotta do is discourage him, and then he gets pissed at me and actually does it, so. Yeah, oi, what's all this then? Don't bother. Took you 2 hours at 4 times speed in Zodiac Age? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, I think out of the 7-star bosses that we could fight, I think the one that the only one I would really consider fighting would be, like, probably Gilgamesh. Outside of Gilgamesh, I'm not real keen. This is it, I think, right here, actually. This purple flag. We're literally fighting some prickly pears. Yeah, something like that. Something tells me those don't go down smooth either. Shadow Seer isn't a complete pain to fight. Yeah, I forget what Shadow Seer was. Is that the one where you go to that middle section of the Sand Sea? Like, there's that little platform in the middle of nowhere, and you have to go through Zertanan Caverns to get to it, I think. I forget. Don't drink their cactus juice. No, I don't think that's a good idea. Speaking of drinking the Kool-Aid, we're about to drink the Super Boss Kool-Aid, so that's gonna be fun. Oh, Pharaoh's Basement. Okay, yeah, that would be a bit of a pain, yeah, to go to the Subterra. So who's the person who made me a wanted man? A woman dressed in spandex. That's just great. And who exactly are you supposed to be, young lady? Well, you and Valua would agree on something, then. I don't think Valua has a scythe, though. Good lord. Yeah, this is Piastol, a bounty hunter who specializes in killing air pirates of all colors, as it turns out. She doesn't really distinguish between us, so... yeah. As a matter of fact, she's so good at it, they call her the Angel of Death, so that's good. I would prefer a different angel, if I'm honest with you. You just don't take any of this shit seriously, do you, Vice? Yeah, I suppose that's fair, yeah. I'm kind of with Aka on this one. That scythe looks pretty powerful. It's so powerful that I'm pretty sure Fina is going to have to sandbag this entire fight and guard the whole time, but, you know. I mean, we're just cocky at the moment, but something tells me we're about to get put in our place, so. Let's see. Should be able to take a thumbnail from this.
On guard.
Okay, sure, I will. I will have to on guard, because I'm about to die! Probably. Maybe. A little bit. Okay, so, the fight against Piastol. You'll notice she's not alone. She comes with a Death Hound. Now, both of them will level with you up to a certain point. This first battle levels with you up to, I think, the mid-30s, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I looked at the bestiary at FAQ, but yeah, I think that's about where they go to. So first thing I'm going to want to do for this fight, we got to play a little... well, not a little defense. We got to play a little crazy in the beginning here to get this off the ground, and I can't incrum the first turn either because I need to use Lunar Glyph on the first turn because as it turns out her Death Hound is not immune to being petrified, so that's funny. Let's use yellow. I think that works best on her out of all of the elements, so let's try that out. I probably should Delta Shield every turn basically because she can use some instant death spells like Eternity. So we don't want that. We also don't want to get poisoned, but the dog can use, like, Noxie. Along with Incremus, by the way, which will increase his and Piastol's attack and defense by 25%. So, yes, Fina, please petrify him. Oh, you're already in yellow. Okay, that's good. And, I mean, he's green, but I'm not really worried about the dog. Right now, the one I'm worried about is Piastol. And once the dog is petrified, we can just start taking it to her, so that's fine. Out of everybody, Drachma will probably be the most fine, because he's got so much HP, but we'll see how that goes, so. Alright, so let's pop our Delta Shield so we don't get Eternied, because I don't have any instant death protection at the moment. And, yeah, Aka basically has to do that every turn, which is a little unfortunate, because I'd like her to actually do something other than that, but, you know. Alright. Now, that was 457 damage that we just did to the dog, and look at how little his HP bar moved. I also only did 200 to Piastol. So, yeah, this, oh good, we got a crit. That's nice. She has a lot of defense, and about 3,000 HP, so just keep that in mind. Cupel, petrify him, please. It's like a 50% chance, if I recall correctly, so... Ah, okay. Didn't work this turn. Let's try it again next turn and hope to God that we get it, because Vice is currently weakened, which means he cannot regenerate SP right now. So, that will come back to bite us in the ass massively if we don't take care of the dog in, like, the next 2 seconds. So, hey, Nitro, how's it going? Welcome back. We're fighting a super boss, and I'm probably going to die. So that's fun. Her hairstyle confuses you. Her sight scares you. Yeah, Piastol the Hedgehog. She looks like a Sonic OC, practically. There's Eternity, so that means she just wasted her turn, which is pretty good. So. Sure, she'll take her dog turning to stone just fine. Oh, absolutely. Also, the dog can heal her, so, yeah, you want to take him out first, basically. Obviously, I'm not doing that right now because I'm trying to petrify him, but, well, we'll see what happens. Now, she hasn't used the big problem in this fight yet. Ideally, I'll get the dog petrified before that, but if I don't, well, it's going to be a big problem. Let's see. Nope, not this turn either. I might just switch to attacking the dog then, since we're having a little trouble with that, and have Drachma... I might have Drachma, like, give Visacuria Crystal, basically, because he's not in good shape right now, so... With the weakened status, that is. So... Alright, let's Delta Shield. Fina, why don't you just guard, because you're... If I'm not petrifying the dog, then it's not going to work out. So... Very sure. Yep, yeah, she can counterattack, and it hurts a little bit, so... There you go. You remember living in Hawaii? Oh, that's cool, Nitro. I haven't had the chance to visit Hawaii yet. Maybe one day. You thought I said attorney. She's calling her lawyer on us, too? Boy, that'd be even worse. Also, Mono, you heard about what happened to Arcadia. That's okay, Nitro. I'm not too bothered by it. It was kind of like what I said in the update that I put on Discord. I passed through the sit-ups barely by some chance of, you know... Yeah, no, I didn't get the firefighter job, unfortunately. It was an interview, so the job wasn't guaranteed even if I passed the exam. But I failed the test on the push-up section, and I'll talk about it. It's not that disappointing to me because, like, I got the information saying that they were going to have me come take the test like 2 months ago. And before that, I was mostly sedentary. Let me take a drink before I start this. Before that, I was mostly sedentary. I didn't have my workout in place, anything like that. So I really didn't have a whole lot that I could fall back on in terms of, like, strength in any part of my body, frankly. But mostly in upper body strength. Upper body strength has usually been kind of the bane of my existence in a lot of cases. So, yeah, in that case, it wasn't really something I could fall back on. I trained for it, but I trained the wrong way, because the push-ups that they wanted you to do, basically they would have you partner up with somebody, and they would put their fist on the floor, so about 2 inches from the ground is the top of their fist. You have to touch your sternum to their fist, basically. So I passed through the sit-up section, barely. Oh, here's the problem right here. By the way, watch how much damage this does. Yeah. Problem, officer! Tempest dances, and now it's Incremist, which I cannot dispel, so this battle's about to go very south. But in any case, yeah, you had to touch your sternum to their fist. 24 times in my case, because I'm in the 30 to 39-year-old range. So, yeah. Now, that's the reason why this fight goes south so quickly, is because Eika and Fina almost die from that. Like, Fina, if she's guarding, almost dies from that. Eika cannot guard because she has to use Delta Shield the whole time, but she almost dies from that. And now they're Incremist, which means now they both get one-shotted by a Tempest Dance. So, this is most of the Super Boss fights in this game, so that's how that goes. Just in case you were wondering. Anyway, we have enough to do a tackle, so I think I'll try that out. And a Delta Shield at the same time. Fina, you're going to have to pull healing duty this turn, because I just don't have anything else since Drachma's going to be tackling the Death Hound. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I passed through the sit-up section, and that's why my tailbone is still sore, because now I'm strongly considering the fact that it's also a test of your pain tolerance, because you have to keep whacking your tailbone on this hard gym floor in order to keep doing them and do all 35 in 60 seconds that I needed to do. So you have to keep whacking your back on the floor, and it hurts like hell. I'm a little sore today, but it hurt like hell mostly in the moment, so. But then I got to the push-up section, and they demonstrated it, and I said, no. I'm completely screwed. I'm totally screwed. There's no way I'll be able to generate enough power to do 24 of those. Okay, the dog's dead. Good. That's one down. Because Tackle did 2,400 damage, so that'll work. It'll probably do about 1,500 to Piastol, so she'll be down in about 3 tackles. It might take a little bit to get there, but, you know, we'll see. Let me finish my thing about the... what's it called, and then I'll read chat, because I definitely missed a little bit. So, yeah, I tried. I did give it an honest effort to do the push-ups. And, to be fair, there was like 40 people there, and 20 of them were gone after the sit-ups alone. So I passed through that section, and then the push-ups, I did the first one fine, I got down to it. Excuse me, but every consecutive push-up after that, I was getting a little further away from the fist, and a little bit further, like millimeters at the most away from it, but it was enough. I didn't touch sternum to fist. After the 8th push-up, the guy who was the trainer who was watching to make sure I did 24 stopped me, and I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "You haven't been hitting the fist. It's been 7 push-ups, and you haven't hit the fist." And I said, "Oh, crap." And he said, "You got to stop." I said, "Okay." And that was it. The test was over. Once you fail one section, you fail the whole thing. So I didn't even get the chance to do the 1.5 mile run, which I probably would have been okay on. I've been consistently getting under 13 minutes on the 1.5 mile run recently, but yeah, there you go. So yes, a toast. I have water, but that's all I've got. A toast to failing my task successfully. I got farther than half the group, so I'm okay with it. And I have a routine nailed down for my workout now. So I mean, it's a win in my book, even if I didn't get the job. I didn't feel like running into burning buildings anyway. That's okay. Push-ups should be done all the way down to the ground and all the way back up, not even a few inches off the ground. It was 2 inches or so. Yeah, so that's the way that they wanted you to do them, is do them 2 inches off the ground or less. Now me, in school, I was never taught that way, Nitro. I was always taught that you only go down until your upper arms are parallel with the floor, so at 90-degree angles. So that's how I trained with them. And then I found out 3 days before the test, no, you've been doing them wrong your entire life, even though that's what your PE teachers told you to do in school. So I was a little screwed in that department. So, you know. You're kind of relieved because it means more streams and me not being in danger. Yeah, I guess that's fair, yeah. Actually, the firefighter schedule wouldn't have been too bad for streaming, though, because you do 4 days on and 4 days off, so I would have always had 3 out of 4 days where I could stream, but it's okay. I'll figure the schedule out eventually, so. Also, damn, that's a lot of damage, yeah. From the Tempest Dance, yeah. That's kind of why I was thinking about who I was going to give the Vital Seeds and stuff to later on, and I think I might just give them to Aika because she's almost constantly using Delta Shield in the Super Boss fights later in the game, so I think she might need them in order to live. So, yeah, we need yellow for this, so because she's blue. So let's do that, and then do that. It doesn't affect your defense, by the way, so this is just your attacking element, so if you can use it, but if you can't, don't worry about it. How are we doing on HP? We're iffy. Aika's dead if she gets hit, but she's dead from full HP if she gets hit with Incrim on, so I'm not really... Whatever, it's fine. We'll figure it out. Yes, juggle mortality. That's what I gotta do. And it scales with you, sorta, so you can't just pull a 14 community and win by being over-leveled or geared. Aika's dead. Yeah. And again, you cannot just guard with her because you have to use Delta Shield every turn, so you don't get a turn eat or web lead or any of that stuff. So this is why I'm thinking I might give Aika the what's it called? The stuff. That their Vital Seeds and all that other stuff. You know what I might do because of the counterattacks is I might just like guard with everybody until I get up to the point where I can use Tackle, and then I'll be a little more okay, I think. So let's use Rizan, and then it has a 50% chance of hitting though, so it's a little iffy, but we'll see what happens.
Bring it on.
Play some defense. What inspired me to try being a firefighter? I'll be honest, I just took the tests 3 years ago because I was taking civil service tests anyway, and I said, yeah, that might be okay. We'll give it a shot. And now we can't revive, so now it's just... And this is a lost battle anyway to me, no matter what, because Fina needs the experience. So if she's dead, I need to die because the battle is over. She can't... She needs the experience that we get from this fight because it's like a buttload of experience, so... Yeah. I will try Tackle, though, and see how much damage it does, even though she's incrimmed. Goodbye, Vice. Okay, Drachma, how much do you do? Let's see, just so I know for other fights after this. Watch him, like, one-shot her. No, that won't happen. I mean, he almost one-shotted the dog, but... Yeah, okay, now that's Drachma, and he did 2,300 damage to the dog, and he just did 1,000 to her. So her defense is through the fucking roof, and it will always be this way unless you out-level her, which won't happen unless you over-level yourself anyway. There is a way to fix this late in the game, though, and it involves me getting Rizalem, like I said before, but, yeah, it's not really feasible for right now. We'll try it a couple more times, sure, but, yeah, you know. Now, Risen, I'll just probably call it Risen, because Rizalem just goes right with it, so, you know. Where's the dance part of that attack? She sends you to hell to waltz with death. That's the dance part. So, surely not Flame Hyanard yelling burn to the ground. Maybe that's the PTSD I felt when I was taking the test. No, it's fine. If only we could taunt her and direct her target. Yeah, this game needs a taunt button because Drachma would be fantastic at that. Or Vice using Counter-Strike would be fantastic at that, but, you know. Oh, like the job test, it was a good effort. Good attempt, bud. Train more and try again later. Yeah, I think we'll try this like 1 or 2 more times. And then after that, we'll just go straight to Nazar. And we'll finish the next story section. Because as long as we don't get above level 18, she won't level up again. So then she'll be a little more feasible when we have more gear and all that other stuff. So, there you go. How do you waltz with death after you're dead? I don't know, ask Death. Yeah, retry option. There you go. What the fuck is the star next to your name, by the way? Yeah, subscribed. Yep. Yeah, I think it's because you're subscribed. Yep, someone gave you a subscription. That was probably Balius. He's been giving me a lot of gift subs lately, and I kind of am concerned for his wallet, but... Anyway, I never give up. Let's try again. So yeah, it'll just restart the fight for you if you click that. So, kind of a nice quality of life feature for a game that came out in 2000. Most of them would just send you back to the save point, but this game just lets you retry the fight, so... I'm okay with this. Anyway, now that we know not to spend the first 2 turns dicking around with the dog, let's just do this normally. And try to get the dog taken care of. It would be nice if I had Drachma's second SP move at this point, but I don't, because it costs 0 SP to use, and it's basically like 2 focus commands. So, it's pretty nice, but I don't have it yet, so yeah, unfortunately. Do I Incrum? I might want to Incrum Drachma since he's so fucking powerful. I mean, I want to Incrum everybody eventually, and I guess Vice has it, so I might as well have him use it, so... So first things first... Let's Incrum Aka first, actually, because she needs to, like... I mean, if Fina dies, it's a little bit less of a problem. If Aka dies, it's a huge problem, so... Yeah. What else do I got in my box of toys here? Nothing. Nothing that I can use to do anything fancy, so I guess just focus. Why the fuck do more JRPGs not just let you try again after you lose? There are some game over themes you like, but you hate running back to a boss. Yeah, I get that. I understand that feeling, and that's why I like the retry option in a lot of these games, so... In this game, it's a nice quality of life feature, so... Someone give you a number between 1 and 100? I mean... You know what number I'm gonna say. Because it's the number that we like around here. I'll give you a number, it's 69. There you go. Next we Incrum Drachma, I think, because then we'll almost have enough to... I think next turn we'll have enough to actually use Tackle, if I focus this turn, so we'll try that out. And then we'll just kind of all-out offense the dog next turn and try to get him out of here. 52, 14. There you go. Nice little difference of numbers. Yeah, that did 149 to Fina while guarding, and that did 181. So that's a little bit of a problem. And now that she's weakened, I don't think we'll get enough SP to get Tackle next turn. We might be able to Cutlass Fury, though. Oh, I Delta Shielded. Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. I'm stupid. I need to not Delta Shield, but then I need to... Okay. Yeah, I'm dumb. That's my bad. Okay, this is why there's an item that you can use that actually mimics the use of Incrum, by the way. And this is why it's really nice to have that item, because then you don't do stupid shit like what I just did. So, yeah, there's that. This, and then this. You're the only person who usually picks a sub 50 number? I don't know. I feel like some people might, especially if they have a lucky number down there. But, I don't know. I think mine in that case usually ends up being a higher than 50 number. Oh, good, they both wasted their turn. Fantastic. You'll go with my number since mine is higher. Be right back. All right. Sounds like a plan. Go play the lottery, Nitro. Oh, wait, I don't think you're old enough to do that yet. Can you play the lottery before you're 18? I don't think you can. I forget. Maybe it's state by state. I don't remember. Excuse me. Alright, well, good. They wasted their turn, so that's good. I can't Cutlass Fury this turn, though, because death of my SP. I won't be able to Delta Shield. Cupel, you're looking a little swirly there. Are you okay? I guess we can Curia Crystal you and probably watch you die this turn because I'm Curia Crystalling you. There we go. I'll just skip this because we've seen it a million times, so... Oh, it's on Drachma. That's actually not bad because he's got 7 million HP, so he'll be more okay than anybody else. Usually, though, in my experience, she picks Aka as her target, like, almost exclusively, and that just never works out. So. Oh, good, I poisoned the doggo. Sorry, doggo, but, I mean, that's on my weapon, so it'll happen. I forget if Cupel only does that when you have a status effect on Fina, because I think he, yeah, floats around normally when she doesn't have a status effect, so that's kind of cool. Nice little detail. You missed about 2 minutes because you took another call regarding your onboarding for the new job. Did you mention that someone finally gave you an offer? Nice, congrats, that's cool. Definitely help out, that's for sure. So... I'm gonna attack the Death Hound and hope that no one gets attorneyed this turn, because let's see, I can't Incrum, because I want to tackle it, basically, to get it dead. So I think I'm going to do that. And you guard. Or no, you use a Sacred's Crystal, actually, on Drachma. So we're playing a little more dangerously this turn, but that's okay. It might work out. Okay, she didn't attorney me, so that's nice. Don't use Incremus. Okay, thank you. Good dog. I just want to lower his HP a little bit so Drachma can finish him off, and then after this we can figure it out. So probably the optimal strat is to just YOLO it the first couple of turns to get Incrum up on Fina, Aka, and your attacker, so Drachma or Vice, or just get it up on everybody. And then just use Delta Shield every turn so she doesn't use, you know, crazy shit. That did 260 on a crit, but that's because I don't have the right colored weapon, but yeah, still. It's ridiculous. It's nuts. It's absurd. I can't Cutlass Fury this turn, so focus, and then Delta Shield, and then you guard because you will die if you don't, and then also focus. And then now we're just gonna... I'm just going to blow all of my attacks on super moves at this point because that'll reduce the amount of damage we take overall because she won't counterattack. So, because she can't counterattack super moves. We, however, can counterattack her regular attacks, which is kind of nice. Let's see how much SP I have next turn. I might YOLO it a little bit and do Incrum and probably get punished immediately for it, but, you know. Okay, we have 15. That's nice. Now I can tackle and Incrum. So Aka can have this. No, I should have Vice Attack, actually. No, actually, I don't think I should. I should have Focus, but Aka should use Incrum because she has less Spirit than Vice, I think, so she should do this. Give it to yourself. I could use it on Drachma so he does buttloads more damage, and it'll probably do a lot more now because she doesn't have Incremus on her, but still. I want to make sure Aka lives. So, speaking of which, goodbye, Fina. She has 4 HP. She lived. Living on a prayer. Quite literally. I think she has 4 HP. I'm pretty sure she has 610 as her maximum right now. So, we need to fix that, but other than that, we're okay. Oh, this is a hairy fight, I'll tell you what. How much does this do now? Still about 1,000. Okay. Well, that's fine, I guess. So... You need to use the Sacred's Crystal because Fina needs to guard. Aka has Incrum, so she's probably okay for most of the fight now because of that. Guard! Don't outspeed me, please. And, I guess just focus, it's fine. You've got enough HP for now. Maybe we'll get Incrum on you. Maybe. Eventually. Alright, okay, she wasted her turn because I had Delta Shield up, so that's good. I'm not sure if there's a pattern to her, to be honest. There might be. She might go, like, attack, spell, Tempest Dance, and then just repeat, but I'm not 100% sure about that, so... Alright, so now... Do I YOLO? I might want to use a Sacred Crystal on Aka, because she's not quite topped off. Or Drachma, because he's not quite topped off, either. Probably Aka's the better target there. Oops. Oops. Yeah, she's at 957. I'm not confident in that amount, so let's use a Sacred Crystal on her. And then, Delta Shield, sure. Do this, do a tackle. Or do I Incrum Drachma and then still tackle while YOLOing without the Delta Shield? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to YOLO without the Delta Shield. This is a terrible idea because this fight is going decently well and I'm about to throw it out the window. Okay, never mind. We're fine. Never punished. It's fine. I'm not offline again, am I? No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm still in the green, so if I am offline, OBS is lying to me. Alright. I don't want to be offline for the successful attempt. That would suck. But, you know. Alright, Drachma, give it to her. Damage check. Much better. Good, good. 2 more turns and this is over. I think. Can I? No, I can't finish her with Cutlass Fury this turn. I was thinking about it, but I don't think so. So I should probably Sacred Crystal Drachma now. And then Delta Shield, and then Guard, and then Focus. Okay. Welcome back, Nitro. Fight's going okay. Probably because she chose to target Drachma out of anybody in the party with most of her attacks, which is good because he's a sponge. That's not quite enough. That's a one-shot. Okay, slightly less good now because Fina's dead and I need her alive, but I think we might still be able to salvage it next turn. Because I can Rizalem Crystal before Drachma gets a turn, maybe? With Aka? Is she faster than him? I don't know. Kind of depends. How do I want to do this? I kind of want to, like, guard... No, because she's going to use a spell this turn, so, like, Guard, Delta Shield, Rizalem Crystal? Or do I want to do that with Vice's turn? Because I don't want Drachma to, like, outspeed and then her to attack Fina, and, you know, then Fina dies, so, how about Vice does it? Rizalem Crystal, Delta Shield, and Focus. And then we can finish her next turn. How about that? It should still work on Fina, even though she was dead, by the way. So, oh, that's not good. I know it's on Drachma. It's probably okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. All right. And he didn't outspeed anyway. I mean, he's not very fast, but I didn't want to risk it, you know, so because he's a higher level than everybody else. Welcome back to the world of the living, Fina. Please stay alive. I need you to get experience from this fight. Alright, so, this turn. 18. I can't Cutlass Fury plus... I mean, I could Cutlass Fury plus Tackle, I guess. That's 17. Do I really need that, though? Not really. You're doing paperwork. What the fuck did you miss? We were doing pretty good. We can do like 1300 with Tackle, but Fina died, so I had to use my Rizalem Crystal. Which is a little unfortunate, but there you go. YOLO strat. How about we just YOLO strat this? I don't... This is a terrible idea, but I don't fucking care. You know what? No, actually, I do care. I want, what do I want Vice to do? I want him to counter-strike, actually. And I want to get Incrum up on Fina if I can, because then she's a little bit safer to survive. Watch her Attorney or something and outspeed this turn, and then I just kill her without getting the proper experience.
Bring it on.
By the way, the reason why Counter-Strike and Delta Shield always seem to go first is because they have increased priority. They will actually always go first, so I should have Delta Shielded. There goes my offense. Oh, it missed! Okay, good. It has a 50% chance to hit. Usually it just hits because the AI always hits with those things, but yeah, it didn't hit this time, so good fight. It actually went my way this time. Let's just hope that this kills her, because I'm not sure if it will. Probably, because she's got like 3,000, 4,000, somewhere in there, but we'll see. Got it! Give me that EXP! Okay, so it took one try, and it took good luck, but we got her. So that's good.
That was easy.
She's not gone for good, though. You fight her... She's kind of a recurring super boss, so you'll fight her quite a few times throughout the game. 6 magic EXP, though, so we might even be getting the next... We might get Drilln, actually. This is why I wanted to have Fina alive for this, by the way, because take a look at our levels now. She got 4 levels from that, so... Yeah, that works pretty well. And Vice and Aka got 2 levels, Drachma got 1, but that's okay. We got Drilln, we got Electri for Drachma, so that's fine. Yeah, what did I say? Did I say 3 tries? I meant 2. 1 success, 1 fail. So you're correct. So. Well, it wasn't easy, I'll tell you that much, and we had to rely on Drachma to carry the party's damage, but, you know. I like how he just knows that, excuse me, she's beaten, so now he can just talk shit directly in her face. Oh boy. I said 1, oh my god, I'm getting too cocky, apparently. Yeah, you should go back to your ship. I don't feel like carrying you over there, especially with the scythe in your hand. What about it? Do you know who we are from... Do I know you from somewhere else? Yes, I'm aware. You didn't get to kill us this time, but one of these days, perhaps. I will find you, and I will kill you. By the way, you should take the Death Hound with you, too, because he's not dead either, so, yeah, they don't die, they just faint. These two. You think you're hitting another Metal Gear Rising phase? No, JK, you've already hit it. Yeah, the internet would agree with you, because quite a lot of the internet, like a month or 2 ago, just all of a sudden got really jonesing on Metal Gear Rising again, so... I don't know what it was about it. Maybe somebody famous made a video or something. That's usually what it is, but like, all of a sudden the internet's all over it again, so... It's cool, though. I mean, I'd rather that people play it, because it is a pretty damn good game, but... Yeah, it seems to, like... necromorph, basically. Like, it comes alive again every couple of years, and it's just super popular for a little while. I'm not complaining. My music mixes get hundreds of thousands of views in those time periods, so... Not that I even look at the comments on those anymore to even care, but, you know. Bro, for real, though. Yeah, no, seriously, it definitely does. It comes back alive, like, every so often. It's kind of crazy. We should sleep after the endurance match that we just went through. Because Oh, the Mystery Merchant's back. Hey, buddy. I thought you would be in Nazarad, but apparently you're here now, so... Maybe he just switches locations, so... And he's got the same stuff as he had before, so nothing really too great. I mean, we could buy Crystalez boxes if we wanted, but... I have Crystalez on everybody except Fina at this point, so I don't know that I really... care that much for it. I guess it's okay for like boss fights and stuff if you need somebody to do stuff. Maybe I'll buy a couple, just to not that many, just to have a couple. Because the next boss is red element, so purple element attacks will be pretty damn good against them. Thanks, big guy. He comes from a very specific nation in the game, by the way. We haven't seen it yet, but we'll go there eventually. It's like later in the game, so. You're also listening to some of my mixes again. You've locked and loaded stuck in your head right now. Oh boy. That's a good one to get stuck in your head, though. It's always nice when the beta mixes get a little representation, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people really, they only talk about like the stuff that ended up in the final game, and the mixes from the beta versions of the game don't get really a lot of recognition, I think, anyway. So it's nice when it does get a little recognition. All right. Well, that is basically all of the side stuff I wanted to do for right now. Like I said, we could go get some Sky Sardies for a side quest, well, for a specific type of cham later if we want to, but we don't need to because we're going to get 50 of them from doing one of the Moonfish turn-ins. I think it's like the next one, actually. But I don't think we can get one of them right now until we go to... Yeah, we got to go to the next town, which is in Nazarad, before we can get the next one, so let's go get it. Do I get anything for beating Piastol from the Sailors Guild the first time? I don't think so. I think it's mostly just the experience and Magic EXP. So, let's see. Nope. It's pretty much just the same thing he always says. So, that's that. And, I mean, she gave us a decent chunk of gold, too, so that's not too bad. But yeah, out of those fights, I think Piastol is the one that I feel is the most fair. The rest of the super boss fights that you get throughout the game, the wanted fights and that sort of stuff, I'm really not a big fan of, if I'm honest. And that means I won't quite get 100% because you have to beat all of them to get 100% of the game, but we knew that already, so... I think we can go this way now. I think this is where we want to go, because if you go back towards where we escorted that merchant over there, I don't think you can quite get there yet. I think they've still got the blockade, and they're like, well, Value is kind of giving us some shit, so we're going to try to, like, keep everybody out of here if we can. So. Yeah, the combat themes are underrated, too. Yeah, a lot of people are really more fans of the boss themes than anything else, but yeah, the combat themes from the regular combat and chapters, I think, are pretty good, too. Return to Ashes, that one's really good. Yeah, I like Return to Ashes. The one that I like the most out of all of the regular combat themes I did is the one for Sundowner's Garden, though, because that one gets really underrepresented, and it's a pretty good song, so... Yeah, I suppose you guys wouldn't know what a desert is, considering, you know, it only really happens out here, and you've never been here before, so... Mystical Ninja, you love that one too. Yeah, it's pretty great. Vice, why is your hair on fire? Oh, because you're imagining what could happen here. That's just great. I'm pretty sure those buckets are to keep them alive, actually, Aka. She does have a bit of an active imagination, doesn't she? I mean, that's also a possibility. Don't look directly at the sun, Vice. Sure. Sure you didn't, Aka. Sure. So that would explain all the desert land, then. Yeah. But apparently they can make civilization out of it because Nazarad exists and there's a few towns around it, so... Actually, I think there's like 2 towns around it, so there's a total of 3. We don't get to go to most of them until later, though. Probably, which means we're probably best to do an aerial search, because I ain't walking through that desert. Comb the desert. We ain't found shit. Why are you... Aka just does what she wants, I swear. She's like a gremlin. It's pretty great. And stuff. Uh-huh. Yeah, you're asking the wrong person, Aka. She's a Sylvite. They don't have money where she comes from. It's really underrated. Also, sorry for the caps. Damn, you flooded the chat. No, it's okay, Nitro. You're good. It's all good. Marie's doing some stuff. Sephico's just hanging out. Conker's hanging out. So it's all good. No problem. Around here it might be, but probably not in Sylvite civilization. Way to make her feel bad, Aka. Come on. Gotta make her feel welcome. In the party. Included. I'm getting too old for this shit. But yeah, so the first destination that we want to go to is Maramba. And it's right over there. I think I want to look around a little, though, first, because I think if I remember right, there's a couple of discoveries you can make around here. I don't remember if it's on the Maramba continent. Oh, there's one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that Domingo was talking about finding. Topple Rock. Very precarious looking. A natural formation of 3 round rocks stacked on top of each other and perfectly balanced, as all things should be. The balance seems delicate, especially when the rocks sway in the wind, but for some reason they have never toppled. Interesting. I like the lore of this game's discoveries, and speaking of discoveries, there's actually one directly ahead of us here, and it'll probably switch locations in a second after this battle, but yeah, I like the lore of the discoveries in this game. It's kind of cool to just look around and find stuff, you know. That's a lot of red-flavored enemies, so that's fine. I guess we'll just take care of them a little at a time. The Lupulon is red element as well, so it should take increased damage from the at their Crystallez, so I'll probably have Aka do that. What do I need next? I guess Crystallez would be the best thing to get for Fina next, so we'll just probably stick with that. And you, speaking of Crystallez, why don't you do that on the Lupulon? And you have Pyri. I might as well use that. I don't think any enemies in this game can absorb elements. I don't think that's a thing. But I guess we'll find out because the Lupulon is red element, so it might. Oh, or it could just leave. That's fine too. No Crystallez for you! What am I going to hit this with anyway? Okay, a purple element enemy, so this might not be so good. Oh, never mind, it worked pretty good. Yeah, now that Fina's level 10, she should be a little bit stronger in the magic department and the surviving department, so she'll be able to actually, like, hit these guys for decent damage with Pyri, I think. Because these guys are all purple element, these Scoreflies, so they're a little annoying, but they really don't do a whole lot other than just be annoying. They're kind of like the Blood Bats in Final Fantasy IV, although they don't suck out your HP, so. And you can clear the whole field with 1 Pyri, so there you go. Easy. Damn it, you hate paperwork? Yeah, who doesn't, right? Like, paperwork sucks. It's just, ugh, give it to someone else, you know? Oh, that's not bad. 76 experience is a lot better than we were getting before this. And 2 magic experience. That's pretty good. And Crystallez is within reach, so that's good. For Fina, anyway. Aka, I think she'll also get something pretty soon. It's like, I don't remember what it is, but it's nothing too big of a deal. Oh, there we go. The Wandering Lake. Fancy oasis. So there's another discovery for us. We're starting to find them a little more. The truth behind the story of the disappearing lake is even stranger than the fact that it levitates off the ground. Damn, let's hear it. Temperature differences make a large bowl of rock float above the desert sands, holding a lake of clear water. Temperature differences are causing levitation. Holy shit, this world is awesome! Once the water cools off, it settles downward again. Oh, okay. So, are you saying that the landmass is floating because the water is so hot it acts like a hot air balloon? That's crazy. What the hell? I think that's a ship battle over there, by the way. You could get into it if you want, but it's a random battle, so it doesn't give any captain stripes or anything. So I'm not really concerned. The new employer wants a 7-year criminal and background check. You were super confused that it was asking about 2015. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, but still, that's a long ways back, I guess, to be going. Let's see. We got ourselves some Asbeths. I don't know if purple's the best element for this, but it is the one that I need stuff for, so let's use it, shall we? And then you do that. Let's see if I can Electree these guys just in a big line like that. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so these guys aren't too bad. You barely remember 2015. Yeah, I get that. I don't remember much of it either. So probably if I was the right element, I could one-shot these guys with Aka, but these guys would probably make decent training partners because they can call their allies. So really, the battle, if you don't end it quickly, could end up being infinite. But I'll probably Pyri next turn with Fina because that should clear them out. Because it looks like they've got about 140-ish HP. So, I mean, that'll work right there, but so will Pyron, so, you know. This is the power leveling strat in Golden Sun too. Yeah, letting them call reinforcements. Yeah, I could see it. It makes sense. It happened in a lot of games at around this time period. I mean, again, Golden Sun 1 came out like, what, 2 years after this game came out? This game came out in 2000 on the Dreamcast, so... Maybe they took inspiration from one another. Yeah, Wonderbird farming, there you go. Those things are a bit of Wonderbirds. So, it doesn't give a whole lot more experience, but the Magic EXP is nice. I mean, hell, I just got 10 from that battle, so not bad. Can I go up here? Yes, barely. Oop, there we go. Another one. The Sand Falls. Long ago, a young black pirate searched the desert for the Isle that spouts treasure. That's a capitalized name. Somebody actually called it the Isle that spouts treasure. After a long trek, he was shocked to find that it produced only sand, but he realized that the desert was the true treasure, and he spent the rest of his years in Nazar. Well, that's nice. At least he found a place where he felt like he belonged. It's always good to feel like you belong somewhere. I think there's one more discovery to get around here, but we get it as a part of the story, if I remember right. So I'm just going to go to Maramba now. Get into a couple more battles on the way, that's okay. Imagine phoenixes that can revive allies and get 2 rounds. Oh, Golden Sun 1 was released in 01, yeah, so not too far apart then. There you go. I might just guard with Vice and have Aka and Fina blast the field with Pyri. This is the random battle strat of the game eventually, until you get enough SP to use Rain of Swords at the beginning of a fight, so you basically just Pyri everything to death. That's why you want them magic droplets. They're nice to have. Excuse me. So fucking fun that they gave enemies extra actions to amp up difficulty instead of only bloating stats. Yeah, that's the good kind of change in the fights. It makes you rethink your strategy and change up how you do fights, so... I'd rather that for some of the super bosses in this game. But good EXP, that's very good. Very nice. Okay, so Drachma has Crystallis now, so he'll be in good shape. Fina's got Crystallis, so she'll be in good shape. And Aka's, I think the next purple move is Silenus, if I remember right. We could get a box of that from the Mystery Merchant. It silences enemies. So, it's not great, but it is very specifically good for one particular boss fight in the game very late in. And it's not the super boss, it's one of the regular boss fights. So we'll actually get a chance to use Silence. A status ailment will actually be good for something in a 2000s RPG. What is this, Final Fantasy IX? Soul Blade is fucking busted in Final Fantasy IX, and ain't nobody gonna tell me different. Thank you. We've been through a few Stone Reefs and also the Angel of Death, so yeah, we should probably go restock our supplies. Oh, my kingdom for a few Rizzolum crystals, but unfortunately we still can't buy them. Like, imagine you find a boss and it suddenly gets 2 actions per turn instead of 1. Yeah, that, that might throw you for a loop if you're a kid, as you have said there. Excuse me a moment, the air caught in my throat. Difficulty spike for Kid U. The next boss gets 2 turns and a healing spell and can blind and poison. Fun! That's just great. Let's see. Lupulon. I need to hit the Lupulon with Crystallis, so if he even sticks around long enough for me to do that, that is, but you know. And then Drachma. What magic do you got, big guy? You got Pyri. We'll have you use Pyri. Okay, he's a little too fast for me right now. It's okay though. And the blind does damage and is AoE. Oh, great. Sounds like fun! So melee might be out of the question unless you have a ton of elixirs, which you can buy, thankfully. Oh, that's kind of nice, at least. That you can buy them. Not something a lot of games let you do. So. There you go, Drachma using magic. That'll never happen again. I didn't want to use the Pyri box because I still kind of want it for other reasons later. And I don't know how many we're going to actually get from the next dungeon I go to, so I said, I'll just have them cast, it's fine. We're going to rest in an inn anyway, so. Oh, except you have to do 3 fights in a row to get to the boss fight, and if you ever wipe, you have to do it all over from the start. Great. Oh, boy. And yeah, there it is, Silenus. Alright, that's not bad. I think we can stop on the purple now, though. What do I want next in terms of magic? I mean, I guess I could start working on silver for everybody again. I'd like to get Sacres for Fina if I can, though. Well, let me see. I should get Incrim for her, actually, although now might not be a good time to get Incrim for her because everything is red, but, you know. That's just the weapons. I could ever switch to that weapon and it'll be fine. So, yeah, I guess red to get her Incrim, and then we'll work on green, and then we'll work on silver. Basically, silver's going to be kind of my, I'm going to level this when I have nothing else to do type of a spell thing until we get Rizalem. You really don't need to go above Rizalem either if you're leveling silver magic, because above that is just more instant death spells that almost never work for the player anyway, so. At least I never use them, if I'm honest. So there you go. Now remember, this was 01. You were 7 or 8, and you were still kind of new to video games. Yeah, so I'm sure that that was a little bit of a hump to get over, that's for sure. It's quite warm in this desert, that's for sure. We are under the red moon, so, you know, pretty warm. Drachma, you hit the reverse button. Where are you going? What do you mean? Yeah, I know, and this is probably the least likely place to find a whale. I mean, you're more likely to find a beach whale here, but can't that work in our favor? Wouldn't it be an easier target if we beached him? And also, yeah, how are we supposed to keep going? This old man just does what he wants, I swear. Okay. Bye, I guess. No, he's gone, Aka. And then there were 3. This is why you want to get Fina's levels up if you can a little bit, because Drachma actually leaves you, so there you go. No, it's not good at all. Maybe one of the traders can take us to the temple? We do like hitching rides in this game, don't we? I mean, kind of out of necessity, but you know. Hey, Kojo, how you doing? Welcome back. We are stranded in Maramba because Drachma's a big old dickhead, so we beat Piastol the first time before coming here, though, so Fina's actually at a remotely decent level, which should help. Made it to the boss of 1 person alive, which would be insultingly bad for your standards now. Now, I mean, that's fine. You were a kid, you know, and you were newer to video games, so. Yeah, let's hope we can find somebody who can take us to the temple. Because otherwise, this is going to go badly. So yeah, there goes Drachma. Excuse me. Don't worry about him, though. I've got another Slayer's Ring. We'll be fine if we find a 4th in this place. I'm a little loath to save before I rest at the inn, but that's fine. No big deal. So let's check out the desert area. Maramba. Not much of an oasis, but, well, you know. First thing you actually want to do is you want to go out to this dock over here. Because there's moonfish out here. Along with the ship, but... Let's see. Can I get it from here right now? I guess I can get it from here. Where are you? Down there somewhere? Or up. I don't remember where this one is. It's got to be around here somewhere, though. Am I just dumb? Am I missing it? Is it really high up? It can't be over here, can it? No. Let's see if I can get a better view. Maybe I can't get it right now because the ship is blocking where it is. Oop, hang on. I can get it from here, too. Oh, there it is. Okay. Never mind. I got it. Well, we're going to have to find a ship to give that to Doc, but now we have, what was that, 5, I think? So that's not too bad. I think there's also a cham and another moonfish in the area, so we'll go see if we can find it. Now imagine your video game progression. Sesame Street and other shovelware to Pokemon to Golden Sun. One of these does not resemble the others. Yeah, that's quite the progression, that's for sure. Okay, Mystery Merchant came over here too, so that's cool. Anything new for us? No, same stuff. Okay, well, I guess I've got a couple Crystallis boxes, so that's pretty much all we really need for now. So. Well, we can't use the ship shop. See if there's anything new at the guild. I have some info to sell as well, so that's pretty good. Topple Rock. Yeah, Domingo probably let you know, so, but we have the location. Also, the Wandering Lake. I would think you guys would have seen this already because it's kind of hard to miss. It's pretty big. There's also the Sand Falls. That one's a little tough to get because it's all the way up there, but there you go. And then we got that, but we're not worried about that for right now. Yep, will do. I think he also has information on our next destination too, but so do the NPCs in town that we're going to talk to, so I'm not too concerned about it. It's fine. Nothing down there. Looking for treasure chests if I can as well, because there might be some decent stuff to be found. Whoa. Who is this big fella? A Dabu. Hey, big guy. Yeah, those are like the resident. It's like a tauntaun except sand instead of snow, basically, if you're familiar with some of the Star Wars stuff. I think this one's on top of the inn, this cham that Cupil's going crazy for, and this is the inn, right? Yeah. Okay. Pardon me, ma'am. My resident blob of goo is going crazy over the microscopic organism on top of your inn. Where are you, cham? There you are. And I guess I'll grab this while I'm up here, since nobody needs this. 3 magic droplets. Nice. It's also a little oasis in the middle of the inn, so that's kind of a nice decoration piece. Oh, and you played Mega Man and Bass as a kid, and Bass. Mega Man and Bass, yeah, that's great. Mega Man and Bass as a kid. The hard AF classic Mega Man game. It suffered from GBA screen crunch. You're a dumb kid. I think we had that game. I think Cole got it. And I don't remember ever beating it myself, but yeah, it's one of those things. You buy it not knowing, and it's like, oh, it's a Mega Man game, and it's like, oh no, it's a Mega Man game, but I don't think you want it. Thank you. Cool. It's probably how you guys are all in good shape here, and not dying of desert heat. Or it could be partially because of the clothing and partially because you're used to the climate. One or the other. Now you'll notice there's a treasure chest on top of this one-floor house / weapon shop, but we don't have any way to get up there. So, I'll have to figure that one out later. Let's see what they've got available from here, though. Hey, big guy. Cool. So how did you get the ones from the Valuans? Don't ask. Anyway, see what he's got. Nazar Cutlass, that's pretty good. Nazarian Mail, that's also pretty good. Defends the wearer against red magic. That'll be really nice around here, so. Ceramic armor. The Flame Mantle is kind of better than pretty much anything we can get in this department for right now for Vice, but the Nazarian Mail is nice for Aka there. Let's probably grab that. Advance Wars 2, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. Your game difficulty was all over the place as a kid. Yeah, for sure. Those games, a few of those are a little harder than the other ones. Just a bit. The Agile Robe is really nice for Fina, though. It's a very solid upgrade, and it gives her 5 extra dodge, which is very good. Let's see. And also kind of So, Nazar Cutlass for sure. Let's see. We want to work on Incrum. So let's let Vice do that for now. I'll get Aka a Nazarian Mail, even though we just got a raincoat, so I'll get her this anyway, though. And that should work okay for her. And then the Agile Robe for Fina. Gonna leave a lurk, but you'll be back later. Maramba's one of your favorite towns, by the way. Yeah, I like Maramba. It's got cool music. It's got a lot of, like, the Dabus are cool. It's pretty interesting. I enjoy it. So, but yes, go ahead and lurk there, Kojo. We will catch you in a little bit or later on or whenever. So, yeah, feel free to lurk. That's cool. I have 33 magic droplets. What am I even going to do with all this stuff? Assassin Blade. Yeah, the poison was nice while it lasted, but sorry, I've got something with slightly better damage now, so. And, yeah, let's get rid of this stuff. We won't need it. The heavy armor, I believe that was on Drachma before he left. And did he give me the Slayer's Ring back? He did before he left. Okay, well, maybe he's not so bad after all. I might keep the heavy armor for now, just because he'll be back, and then I'll upgrade to something else later. Or I'll just get something better, and I won't have to upgrade. But, you know. Just realized you have 2,000 fucking mono points. Still don't know what they're called. Yeah, chromatins. Yep, that's it. I changed the name of my channel points over to chromatins to make them have their own identity. And eventually, once I get through a whole bunch of the games that people suggested to me in the past, when we start doing suggestions again, I'm going to use the chromatins for a sort of community potluck. Basically, I'm going to set a certain number of points. It's going to be decently high. And once people donate their channel points into that potluck, if it hits its cap, its total, I will then pick a suggestion out of the bunch that I have available to me. So that's how the new channel suggestions, stream suggestions are going to work in the future. So, oh, that looks like a... I don't know what that is, but it kind of looks a little scrumptious in a very low poly way. A cabal skewer? Oh boy. You're sitting on 197.1k, just waiting for stream suggestions to open back up. Yeah, you remember now, yeah. Just biding your time. Oh, you'll have plenty of points by the time it happens, I'll tell you what. Yeah, we probably smell like the air rather than the sand. Oh, really? That wasn't very nice of her. I guess she has to make her own way, but... Well, what the hell, lady? Come on. That's not very nice. Isn't she your daughter? Isn't that what you just said? What the hell is wrong with you? Why'd you say something so cruel and unusual? Okay, a couple more houses, and then we'll head across town, as you'll see in a minute. No, nothing in here for now. For now. Later, maybe. What about here? Hey, big guy. You the item shop owner? This guy always kind of reminded me of, like, Modi from the Mana games. The one that runs the item shops in every item shop in the Mana games. I think that's his name, Modi. Probably because I played Sword of Mana before I played this. So. I'll take a large bundle of pixels to go. Yes, exactly. Totally not going to suggest San Andreas again. Oh, don't worry, Nitro. We're going to get to San Andreas. It's, actually... pretty soon, actually, we should get to it, because basically after I'm done with Skies of Arcadia, I'm probably going to take a week off just to give myself a little break. And then my plan after that is to... I'm not going to play them in the order they were suggested. I'm going to play them in a specific order that isn't really, like, super elaborate. I kind of just line them up so it'd kind of be like an alternate thing. Like, it'd be like action game RPG, so that we could just keep going like that. But soon. Oh my god, you're destroying me. Stop. Oh, with Modi? Yeah, for sure. Just because she ran off after falling for someone, likely at first sight, shouldn't mean you fucking hate her existence. Exactly. Oh shit, really? It's been 84 years. Yeah, don't worry, we'll get there. Here's the glyph. These Glyphs of Might and Glyphs of Speed are the items I was talking about when I Delta Shielded and then accidentally incrimmed on top of my Delta Shield before. Glyph of Mites are the ones you really want, because these mimic the effect of Incrim. And they were also made by DeLoco, which is a little concerning. But these are really nice. You should get a bunch of these. Just 15 is fine, but you want to restock on these whenever you can. Glyphs of Speed, they're okay. They mimic the blue magic spell Quicka, which increases the quick of your entire party. And that changes your dodge rate. It changes your speed, if I remember correctly. But it's okay. I'm not really a big fan of it because counterattacks exist, so if they hit me, I have like a chance at the very least to hit them back. But it can be nice if you want it. I'm not a big fan, though, to be honest. So it doesn't change the turn order, though. That's the main thing that it gets to me, is that turn order is not affected by Quicka. Enemies under Quicka do not go faster, they simply dodge more. So I used to think that it did affect turn order, but it doesn't at all. So these ones are nice, though, because these give you regeneration on one ally. So I'm probably going to grab a few of these as well. It gives you, I think, 200 HP at the end of each turn until it's dispelled. So it might very well last the entire battle, and that's a lot of regen. So it's not a stretch, to say that I may spend the first 2 turns of most boss battles after this using both a healing salve and a Glyph of Might on myself. Because those two in combination are pretty damn good. So... oh, we got another Cham somewhere. In the well? Timmy fell down the well. Call for help. Hi there. Yeah, I mean, you don't have water in the desert, you're kind of up shit's creek. Do these people even know what a creek is? Probably not. Hey, big guy. I love the Dabus. They're just so goofy looking. They're great. Hey, big guy, what you got for me? You're a Dabu trainer, huh? Yeah, so in order to get to the other side of the city, you gotta ride a Dabu. So they actually let you ride them, so they're not just kind of hanging out there. It's cool. I like them. Yes, I'll take one. And that's another thing. So you see all those red poles on top of everybody's houses here? You can actually ride the Dabu to those red poles and then dismount wherever you see them. So let's ride a Dabu, shall we? It's free. It's basically a tauntaun. It's cool. I like it. So let's just go on top of people's houses and rob them blind, because why not? How do I dismount? That's how I dismount. It is. It's a chocoburb, basically, yeah. A little bit larger than your average chocobo, maybe a bull chocobo. But there you go. Alright, and then you'll notice also that there is a treasure chest over there and a ladder. We can't quite get there yet, but maybe soon enough. Let's keep looking around, shall we? We could go to the other side of the city at the moment, but I want to ride my Dabu around first. This is mine now. He can't have it back. No, I'll give it back just after I've gotten everything. Ah, so the moonfish is right around here somewhere. Let me just not even maneuver at all. Where are you, big guy? There you are. And that's all the moonfish in Maraba. So there you go. There's one more in the area, but we got to get to the next dungeon first. In order to get that, we need a ride, so... Here's a slipper box. I believe that puts enemies to sleep. I don't even remember what element that is. It's probably blue, because most of the elemental attacks that you don't even care about in the game are blue elemental. It kind of sucks, because blue magic is like one of my favorite things in the Final Fantasy series, but here it's just like, I could care less. So... This is literally Golden Sun 2. Oh, I see things. Can I reach these things now? You can, yeah. You might just play the Mana series games again. You had Sword of Mana and Children of Mana and Dawn of Mana, and you loved the series, but you fell out of it after Children of Mana. I've always meant to go back and play Secret of Mana, but I heard the remake was kind of shit, so... Or the remaster. What you up to, Village Elder? Sure. Stay and listen. Oh, have you? Is that how you got so buff? Probably. Nas Sultan. Nas Sultan. I don't know. Well, of course they're yellow-bellied. They live under the yellow moon. What do you want? But yeah, originally the people that tried to blast them out of the Grand Fortress were the Nazrad people. And they just didn't quite get in because they can't quite break through the gate. But apparently this guy's going to do it with raw strength. Eventually. Maybe. I forget if his door was locked or something, and that's why I couldn't get in here, but... Well, now we got a Nazir combat mail. That's probably pretty nice. Oh, I just couldn't get to this part. Okay. So, like, you can go in the front, but you can't get here unless you use the Dabu. Cool. No, literally, you see a ton of chests early on in Golden Sun 2, but they all require you to do things you can't do on first visit. Okay, I gotcha. So they kind of dangle them in your face and say, hey, here you go, but you got to get to them first. Nazir combat mail. Boosts attack power and spirit. That's not bad, actually, for the slightly less defense and magic defense. I might think about that one. I don't want to give it to Fina because, you know, that wouldn't work too well. Oh, Drachma can wear this when he comes back. Okay, then Aka, just take the combat mail. Because Alpha Storm will be a lot more powerful with that, and your regular attacks will be more powerful with that. The Dabu doesn't run off, by the way, if you go into buildings and stuff, so that's nice. I think we're done in this section, because the bottom of the Elder's building doesn't have anything in it, so... Hi-oh, Dabu, away! Let's go to the, I was going to say east side of town, but it's really the south side, so... Ooh, he was right. That desert wind is a little bit blustery out here. Open the gate. There we go. Open the gate! Can I talk to people while on Dabu back? I sure can, but this kid is really small compared to the Dabu. Runs in the family. Nice, sounds like a plan. Maybe that's how we'll get to the place where the Red Moon Crystal is once we find it, is we'll use a Dabu brigade. Wonder if they'd be willing to let us borrow them long term. Oh, 300 gold, that's nice. A little extra pocket change, never hurt nobody. Like at Ayers Rock, there's a chest you can reach, but 1 requires you to have your 4th party member so you can use Frost to freeze a puddle. 2 requires you to set up the shortcut to the end of the dungeon inside of Ayers Rock, or you can't reach the puddle without changing screens, which will cause the frozen pillar to melt again. Oh, okay, gotcha. So not only do you have to clear Ayers Rock, you have to come back after you do enough story to get your 4th party member. Yeah, there's a little bit of doing there, but that's okay. I mean, it's nice. It kind of gives you a reason to backtrack a little bit. So, other than just go backtrack for more levels, which is not always a good thing in my book. That's a bazaar basically, or a tea shop. Do they do tea here? I don't know. Hello there. A fortune teller, Khalifa, something like that. I'm gonna say Khalifa, I think. Ah. So that's why all the sky pirates stop here, air pirates, because they want to get some moon wisdom. Interesting. Oh, sure, let's have our fortune told. Doesn't cost anything, so might as well. What do you see? A temple to the east, where a red jewel lies. Okay, cool. So I guess you can kind of come back to her for like advice later, but I usually only have her give advice in this particular section of the game because it's kind of, I mean, it's not really out of the way, but it sort of is, so. I hope that Dabu goes home though, because before we go in the bazaar, I'm going in the well. Because surely there will be something down the well. A lot of these RPGs have secrets in the wells, or secrets behind waterfalls. So you gotta watch. They'll do one or both. Down here looks like a dungeon, like a jail or something. They just stick all the criminals down here and they're like, well, we'll get you out when we're good and ready to get you out. That looks like it's on the other side, so I'll go to that in a second. Just gonna see where this path leads first. Probably to the top of the well in the center of the place here. Let's see. Is it gonna pop my camera up there? Oh, okay, we're back here. Cool. And here's a moonberry. Okay, well, not the best treasure, but I'll take it. You say this, but fuck Ayers Rock. You consistently get lost after 17 runs of that game. Same with Jupiter Lighthouse. Both locations fucking suck. GS2 had a person who did fortunes to give progression hits, but they were vague AF. Like, after you get the ship, you're told by him to forge a weapon of great might. There's a blacksmith who can forge equipment. No, that's not the weapon you need. Fuck! Yeah, usually fortune tellers in games aren't too helpful if their hints are super vague. It's a little nicer when they kind of spell it out a little more for you. I kind of like the way that they do the fortune telling in Chicory, A Colorful Tale, though. I actually started playing that. Oh, okay, that's how I open these gates. Because I just hit the switch and then... Oh, that one opened only. Okay. Yeah, I actually started playing Chicory, A Colorful Tale after I posted that trailer on the Chromatic server. An excavation arm? Oh my god. I'm gonna turn Drachma into a loader. He'll be able to load all this desert sand for me. Which one does this one do? Oh, both of those. Okay, cool. What was I saying? Yeah, I started playing Chicory, A Colorful Tale after I posted that on the server, because I was like, you know, I'm not really playing anything right now, and I don't want to play 14 again, so I might as well try it. And the way that they give you hints in that game is you actually call your parents, and your mother gives you hints that are kind of vague, but not too vague. Like, it gives you a general gist of what to do, and where to go. But then, if you need a bigger hint, she asks if you want her to put your dad on the phone, and your dad tells you like precisely where to go. Like, these are the directions. These are where you go in terms of walk this many screens up, down, left, and right. So, yeah. And there's a Gem of Fluidity. I guess I didn't need to buy one. Man, this place is a bit of a maze, isn't it? You could get lost down here like a jail. Was there anything I missed? I don't think so, but now I can't leave here, so... Maybe the well in the center of the city. Because I don't know if I can get to that part from where I am now. I'm not here. Camera doesn't like working with me, though, I'll tell you that much. Makes sense, though. It's a Dreamcast game. The camera kind of has a hard time swinging around. I find it's easier to just hold the L and R buttons down when you're in tight spaces like this, though. It's just, it lets you kind of have the camera just swivel directly behind Vice no matter where it is. As you can see, it's pretty responsive by doing that, so. That's all they tell you. What they mean is to forge the trident so you can kill Poseidon, but it doesn't tell you to get the 3 prongs of it or who can reforge it. Fuck. Yeah, I guess that wouldn't be too helpful now, would it? Alright, let's open that up. I can't get out this way, though, right? Because that's where the, treasure box is. Okay, so it's not this way. It's probably this way. Yeah, and I gotta close this one so I can go around. Okay. We'll get there. Eventually. Oh, okay, so now I gotta open this one and then hit the other switch again. Alright. By the way, the blacksmith you mentioned is not the person who reforges the trident, so you have to... So have fucking fun figuring that one out, oh boy. Sounds like a whole ton of fun. Alright, let's close that. Open this. I'll probably end up playing all the Golden Sun games too, because I think Bailey suggested Golden Sun 1 after he gave me like $50 worth of gift subscriptions that one time. So he suggested that, and so I'll be playing that when I do the stream suggestions that I'm going to get through in a little bit. And then on top of that, well, you want to see me play Golden Sun, I'm sure, at some point, so then it'll be like whatever the sequel is. And I think there's a third one? I forget. Maybe even a fourth one. I'm going to go back to the other side of town, I think, just to see if I can get into the well from there. I might be able to, but I'm not sure. So, because it didn't look like there was a way to this section of the well from there, but I could be wrong. Let's go back to that blurb you did on the Great Eastern Sea. That's 25% of the game, and there are no indications of what you do that entire time. Yeah. Great. Gonna need a walkthrough or some shit just to get into that section. No, I don't think you can get into this well. I think it's just there to tell you, hey, there's a well. Unless I can get in like this. No. Yeah, I don't think you can... I can kind of push it, but I don't think you can get into this well. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. And this is a trough for the Dabu. Alright, I'm done screwing around. Let's go to the bazaar. Or the lassi shop? Tea shop? Oh, I gotta talk to the trader. Hi. I would like to take one again, even though I just signed off on this one. You fucking memorize that because, fuck, you have to sail everywhere. And until it's the 76% mark of the game or so, you still have to deal with random encounters. Great. See, one of the nice things about Skies of Arcadia when you're looking for discoveries is that even though the sky is very large, after you do a certain number of Moonfish quests, they give you an item that... an accessory, I almost said whole item. An accessory that Vice can equip that reduces the encounter rate by like 50% or something ridiculous like that. So... and it practically guarantees your run rate. So if you're looking for discoveries, you can just use that and be fine. Now, there is a drawback to it, but I'll talk about that when we actually get the item. For now, we don't got to worry about it. Just know that I'm going to be using it when we're looking for discoveries because I don't care about the drawback. So. Yeah, some kind of lassi shop or food and drink. What's going on, Tavern Keep? You got a new dancer? Belina, huh? Wow. Wonder where she came from. Let's go check it out. Oh, good. They put jiggle physics in this 2000 Dreamcast game. Fantastic. Hi. Well, this place does look pretty comfortable. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. True. Very true. And it'll keep us out of the sun, so, you know. Yeah, and you sail slower than cold molasses. Yeah, I remember that part. You mentioned it. Yep, apparently. Hopefully it's cooler on the ground like this. I mean, I was kind of figuring we could come to the tavern and maybe some of the sailors would have, like, you know, kicked off their feet or something like that, or kicked off their feet, kicked off their shoes, and we're resting here a while, maybe watching the new exotic dancer so they could take us. But apparently the only people here are people watching her, not the ones that are actually leaving. Yeah, he could have, like, you know, mentioned that he was gonna fuck off. It would have been nice. Vice, I know what you're doing, and you need to stop. I knew that was coming, and it still got me. Oh my god, that's great. Just accept it and move on. It's like a set of 4 words. We worship in the Fae fandom. Don't worry about it. I just love the look that she gives him, and it's just like he's just staring. Yeah, Vice, I know you're 17 years old, but seriously, dude, you're the leader now. You gotta stop being a pervert. Yes, she's a good dancer. Uh-huh. Oh my god, they actually put that in the game. You're undressing her with your eyes. What a way with words Eika has. You weren't zooming in with the... Oh, this part's great. I love this. I don't know about that one. I think she just knows that you'll throw your money at her if you keep staring long enough. What? Okay. Did this turn into a harem anime all of a sudden? Like, what did... Oh my god. This is just a slice of life comedy anime now. Wow, word really does travel fast around here. Perhaps. Yeah, I suppose so. If any of the people, hung around here, they probably would, so. Excuse me. Yes, zoom function on goggle, maximum setting. Yeah, by the way, she's listening, exactly. Like I said, this just turned into a comedy episode. We got away with so much more 2 decades ago, I know. It was ridiculous. Oh, so you know about that then. And you have a ship that you're willing to lend us? Yeah, that would actually help quite a bit if you're okay with it. True. Fair point. Why do they interest you? Is it just because we're stronger than the average person that comes here? I'm surprised that those didn't flop out of your goddamn bikini just now when you jerked up like that. Oh boy. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, usually I don't rest at the inn when you first get to places because the game will usually say, hey, go to the inn and rest so you can prepare for the next day, and then you'll go do stuff. And in this case, of course, it worked out because now you have to go to the inn anyway. So, might as well. Alright, Dabu, take me home, and take yourself home, because your home is across the way here. So. She knows something we don't. Can you hear the fucking gears turning in your head? They should be. We walk into town, and all of a sudden, an exotic dancer just says, hey, big guy, you want to go out into the desert, don't you? And you need a ship. I could lend one to you. More than a little suspicious. Of course, back in the day, did any of us get suspicious when... I'm trying to think back to when 15-year-old me played this game, and I'm pretty sure when a hot dancer chick walks up to you with jiggle physics in a video game like this, your 15-year-old brain doesn't question a damn thing. Other than, when do I get to undress her? Oh, hormones are a hell of a thing, I'll tell you what. Oh, and she paid for the room. Well, free in. That's great. Not even that. She's very observant. She knows something. I mean, yes, that is true. She has a bit of a she has a few how do I put this without it sounding vulgar? She has more information that we don't know. I'll just say it that way. Nice and generic and pretty much, you know, just rehashing what we've already said, but you know. Don't you fucking dare, my guy. I'm going through second puberty. Yeah, you got it a hell of a lot worse than the rest of us, I'll tell you what. I don't envy you a bit. I'm sorry to say, but you know. Oh, well, probably because she's an exotic dancer, so. Alright, fair enough. Thank you for the room discount. Yeah, a Maramba! It's like a Macarena, except Belina knows too much. Meanwhile, in Drachma's little whatever this is supposed to be, pity party. Yeah, but are you sure that someone else won't be leading them into danger? Uh-oh. Is that a Valuan ship? Probably. They're the only ones with warning lights on their ships like that. Looks like a fancy ship, too. Maybe one of the admirals? Oh, good. Now Drachma's not talking. First Belina doesn't tell us what she knows. Now Drachma doesn't tell us what he knows. The plot thickens. Let me find the tweet. We'll have to take Drachma to the dancer someday to pay for his help. Oh, man. Saucy old man, apparently. There you go. Thank you. Alright, let's save real quick. I don't need to watch the dancing scene again. It's fine. Besides, she's too young for me now anyway. I'm 31. She's like 23, Belina, so a little bit of an age gap there. I try not to like take a huge like, oh, I could date that person type of an interest in people that are younger than 4 years younger than me. It's a little too much. A little too much of an age difference, I find. It just keeps me safe and out of trouble. I guess. Damn it, RPGs, let people talk. The plot's not the only thing thickening. Oh my god. Yeah, something like that. Alright, Belina, you ready? Looks like a very exotic dancer kind of ship. I mean, who could with you dancing at the shop? I'm sorry, I gotta stop. Oh my god. Yeah, well, that's fair. It is a very large desert, so. Yeah, well, like I said, our search for wherever the crystal was going to be had to have been by air anyway, so. Hey, that's all you need. Sometimes you just need something that's, you know, quick and easy to get around, so. Fair point.
Well.
Well, I mean, I think I would drink it dry first, but, you know. It's water, and you're dying of thirst. Okay. I think I see where this is going. But then... Yeah, so that whole thing in the Grand Fortress there, it actually wasn't that long ago. It was only a couple of decades. And her father was one of the casualties. Well, that sucks. Yeah, that's actually more common than you think. It usually happens when one side of the family goes, the other side... It's not really dying of heartbreak, but you get so, like, depressed and stuff from it, from what I understand, that you just start neglecting yourself. So, and that's not good at all, but it happens. It's sad that it does, but yeah. I could see, yeah, this would be your main method of surviving then, yeah. Well, yeah, and that sucks. Well, with a sob story like that, who could steer us wrong? If you'll help us, then we'll take up your offer, because, you know, we don't want Valua to be able to declare war on everybody else. Oh, good, and she's hitting in the, hey, the main characters can relate to this box. Well, we will try not to. We'll just get what we need, and then we'll let you be back on your merry way, dancing into every man this side of the Valuan Empire's heart. How about that? Apparently, this crystal is in this place called the Temple of Pirin, or Pyron. I usually call it Pirin, but, you know. There you go. It's probably Pyron. Wow, a lap dance, and we get paid for it. The best kind. Alright, so, desert to the east. Let's head this way. We're going to have to find the temple. It's actually a discovery on the map. It doesn't pay much, but it is, so. If I remember right, it's in like a little divot in the mountains somewhere. I think it's like near here, actually. It's past the Wandering Lake, if I remember correctly, so. Is that it right there? Yep. It's a discovery, but you don't have to actually discover it on the map. This isn't Wild Arms 3. A little cramped for space here, but that's okay. What do we want to use for this fight? I think I want to get Incrum, that's what I said, so we'll use red weapons even though... Well, they're blue, so I guess red won't do that bad against them. So... Excuse me, now who do I... I could just Alpha Storm and hope for the... Oh, that's the wrong one. Hope for the best. Like, hope that the line cuts through. Belina, I hope your ship is pretty sturdy. Because I'm about to beat these people up. I can't use magic? That's weird. Maybe the ship's too small. Whatever. We'll get rid of them anyway, it's fine. Yeah, spam scan while dashing and bonking. Yeah, pretty much. That's what a lot of Wild Arms 3's discoveries just ended up being. You ended up just spamming the scan button while you're running through the fields. I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan of it, to be honest. There was a few things about Wild Arms 3 that kind of put me off to it, but the main thing that put me off to it was the fact that I don't think it does enough with its, like, cowboy aesthetic. I think it should be more Wild West than it actually is, and it just, I don't know that it does enough of it for me, so. And yeah, then there's the fact that the map is a bit of a chore. You kind of need to have a map, like, on a guide, basically, in order to really get everything, so. Anyway, we found the temple. Cool. Yeah, that was, I think, the part that kind of weirded me out, is because it, like, it got a lot more, like, fantasy game of the time type. Or, maybe not of the time, because a lot more fantasy games were turning a little bit less high technology by the time Wild Arms 3 came out, but I don't know, it just felt very high tech, and it was like, okay, I've played this RPG before at this point. I wanted more cowboy stuff. But maybe I didn't get far enough in it to do that. I got to, Clive's hometown, and I think that was the farthest I got before I just said, no, I'm going to put this down. Maybe one day I'll go back to it. I own it on the PS4 now, so. Anyway, the Temple of Pirin. I'll try saying Pirin because Pyre, but, you know. A stone building thought to have been created by an ancient dynasty. The stonework and construction demonstrate a high level of technology for that period, but no clues are left that point to the purpose behind these huge creations. Well, maybe if we go inside, we'll find out. And then after the tech, it got magical. It's a lot of stuff mashed together in sequence. Yeah, and I don't know, I think it kind of loses a little bit of identity by being like that. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy.
Wow.
So, Belina, you gonna help us in the fight here? More party members? Let's find out.
Oh.
I suppose seeing a pyramid for the first time in your life would be pretty crazy. I don't remember what my reaction was when I saw a pyramid for the first time. Probably because I saw it in a textbook, so it wasn't like a real concrete thing that I could basically walk over to, you know. If I ever actually make it out to the pyramids in Egypt, maybe I'll have a different reaction. Or hell, there are pyramids in my own hemisphere. I could go into Central and South America, and they're not exactly pyramids, but they're like pyramids, so. There's a party member just like her in Grandia 3. Sadly, you don't think she joins us here. Yeah, well, we'll see. Are you going to watch the ship, or are you going to come with us? Yeah, no, she's not a fourth party member. She'll watch the ship. And she didn't bring her chakrams with her, so she can't kill the monsters with them. A little unfortunate. Vice, please stop. She is not going to get into your pants at the end of this. You have 2 women that are at your age in your party already. He's trying to say he's into older women, Aka. You don't stand a chance. Oh, boy. Wah, wah. Oh, boy. We should take this act on the road. Yes, dance and distract the monsters. Isn't that a thing in, what is that? Is that Suikoden? Isn't there like a couple of dancers in Suikoden that can like, they don't do a lot of damage, but they distract the monsters? Or am I thinking of something else? I could swear. I've only ever seen footage of Suikoden 2, but I've never played it, so maybe I'm thinking of something else, though. I don't remember. Mr. Foot in his mouth. Yeah, well, sometimes that happens. We all have droughts. Oh, I don't know about that one. I think he might give a little bit of you a second look, a very specific window of your body, but anyway. Yeah, something like that. Alright, so, into the temple we go. Fancy place, too. Crazy stone relief monuments. Like, these had to have been tough to carve, too, with the desert winds the way they are. And look, they're still in pretty good shape. Like, not a whole lot of wear on them. It's crazy. This place is nuts. What do you suppose this stone day is for? Day? Dace? I don't remember how to pronounce that. Was kind of hoping to see some Suikoden on this channel. Maybe one day. Suikoden 2 probably one day would be in my book to possibly play. I don't think H.C. Bailey's done any of those games yet, has he? I'm kind of surprised. I figured he'd be jonesing for them, considering he's usually into the older like Super Nintendo and PlayStation RPGs, and Suikoden's like, I don't know, it seems like it'd be right up his alley, but maybe he just never played it when he was younger. But I don't know. Oh, Dias, okay. Or Dias. There you go. Maybe we gotta place something there? Maybe if we find some stone or something in the temple, we can bring it back here and place it in the pedestal. I won't even try this time. And then we'll be able to... Oh, here's more of those reliefs. Smaller ones. Maybe this is like a patron deity or something that they're worshipping by doing this. Like having these things out here. Maybe like a source of good luck or something. I don't know. I'm just going to fill out this section in case there's a chest out here. I don't think there is, but, I mean, it doesn't hurt to check, I guess. Guess I could have checked down there, too, but I didn't. You've gone back to the end of March and you can't find the tweet. Oh, that's not good. Wonder where it went. Totally didn't forget I was streaming. No, that's okay, Nitro. You're all good. We're still at it. We, met with an exotic dancer in one of the shops in Maramba, and she took us to the place where the red moon crystal is, so that's cool. He does. He likes a lot of Square titles. That's true, yeah. I think those are more his game, really, is anything by Squaresoft or Enix, or Square Enix. Although, really, by the time they merged into Square Enix, I think he was a little bit less of a fan. Like, he seems like he likes a lot more classic JRPGs. So, oh boy, a temple with a downward slope. This isn't gonna be good. Where's the boulder? Oh, no boulder. All of a sudden, we're in that one stage from Silver's campaign in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. I wish no game would ever remind me of that one, but sometimes it happens. I just hope there aren't any billiards in this one. Holy cow, I don't need that in my life. Is there anything on the side there? There is. Can I get there? I can! Aha! Fancy secret area. I should check on the other side too, just in case. You never know, there might be something. Including a sarcophagus! Tilder, it says something like, everyone, puberty sucked, and then SpongeBob scene where they all become superheroes for the episode, and he says, want to see me do it again? Yeah, great. Sounds about right, though. Also, you mentioned him a bunch because I have his cadence, but you haven't watched him in a long time. Yeah, same though, actually. It's been like years since I've seen him play anything. I think I mentioned it before, but I don't think I've seen him really play a whole lot of the stuff after his Final Fantasy XIII playthrough. Because I think that was the last time I really chatted in his comments with him, so... I think I saw him play 12, but I'll be honest, I don't think he was very good at 12. He kind of had a strategy in mind, and when it didn't work, he just tried to, like, bull rush through it, but... I don't know. Magma Tikis. Okay, there we go. Remember, Final Fantasy X was the end of Squaresoft and the start of Square Enix. Yeah, there you go. No, Boulder, denied. I'll have to keep our eyes out for it. I'm going to keep the red weapons, even though these guys are red, because it'll help a little bit with the whole getting Fina Incrum, so we'll do that. I could use the Crystal's box, actually, with Vice instead of using his MP. So let's do that. Aka and Fina, I can afford to use the MP a little more, so because they've got a little bit more of it, and I've got a bunch of magic droplets that they can use, so let's do that. But yeah, purple element attacks in here will do a lot of damage because these guys are red elements, so they should do pretty damn good for us. Yeah, as you can see. Yeah, when all else fails, haste and berserk, caveman strats. No, and I mean, it works in a lot of cases. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't feel tactical enough, I guess. I'm used to HC strategies being, like, a lot more tactical than just haste and berserk and unga bunga your way through, you know? maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. No, I know what it was, actually. He didn't like quickenings. That was one of the main things I wasn't a big fan of, is that he didn't use quickenings like at all. But he constantly complained about the fact that the bosses all of a sudden had like 75% more defense near the end. And it's like, well, I mean, you can fix that with a quickening chain, but he never did. So, I mean, I guess it's fine, whatever. You play the game the way you want to play. It's just, you're complaining about something that you could quite literally fix right now. So... I don't know. I like the music in here, though. It's really cool. It's not, like, super what you'd expect for a place like this, but it's still, I like it. Well, I think that's the moonfish right over there, but we can't grab it from here, unfortunately. Maybe the hook doesn't go far enough to get to it from here. Gotta use my hook shot! Anyway, thankfully there are kind of ladders just stuck in the side of the wall for us to use, so that's pretty good. Excuse me. That requires inherent game knowledge, though. Yeah, I guess that's true. Although HC, I think he said he did quite a few test playthroughs, but maybe he didn't do enough to know what quickenings did. I don't know. He usually does like 3 test playthroughs before he does a playthrough for YouTube, or at least that's how it used to be, anyway. So, all right, we got a new Mind Stealer, Death's Head. Fancy. And then a Dung Fly. Fancier. Gross. I'm going to hit the Death's Head because he's probably got a little more HP than anybody else. Can I Alpha Storm a bunch of them? Yeah, I sure can if I do this. And then how about we finish up with... Why can't you use Pyre? Do you just not have it yet? Oh, I don't have enough... Okay, I'm dumb. I don't have enough SP to use it. That's why I couldn't use it. I'm not paying attention today, evidently. Just use the Pyre box. We've got one, but we'll probably get more from in here. I think those Magma Tikis drop them, so... And I mean, worst comes to worst, we have Alpha Storm if we need that stuff, so it's fine. I don't think Vice is going to kill the Death's Head now, because he's got... Well, I guess that plus Pyre will do. Okay, we get to see what Slippera does. Is it sleep? Yes, it is sleep. And now this guy's going to slowly meander over to me. This poor Moramban with a scarab beetle on his head. Ow. Do I lose my turn? I think I lose my turn when that happens, unfortunately, which is a little bit bad, but, you know. Alright, here's Drilln. That will cast Weak on you, which is... It replaces the sleep at the very least, but it's a little bad. Yeah, Sleepera, basically. That's what it is. So those beetles are kind of the most annoying enemies that you can fight in these battles because they do stuff like Drilln and Slippera. And I think they might even have Silenus too, but yeah, it's not a big deal. We got him. Can't hear the music too well. We'll have to check a video with it later. What's this area called? This is the Temple of Pirin, so just check that out in the OST. I kind of have the music down a little bit. Maybe I'll turn it up a little bit just to check it out. But okay, we got Incrum. Good. Now I can start working on other stuff. So, like how Clement said that some things in 13 were cheap and badly designed, despite him never ending his actions early to keep from loading everything. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of fell off with Clement too, if I'm honest with you. A while ago. Oh, boulder! Found it! And I think actually this is where there's a couple of treasures that you can get here. If you get hit by a boulder, you take some party damage, so don't do that. I forget if I can... Let's see. Nothing in there for right now. Ah, but there is something over here. So let's go check. I think this leads up to the moonfish, if I remember right. I have it in my notes, but I don't want to, like, tab out of the window, so... Yeah, drill near defenses. There you go. You just know the ice dungeon music is real chill, but I digress. Oh, boy. Here we go. Pyre box time, I think. And then... How about we crystallize the Lupulons? If we can. I don't think we're quite fast enough to hit them just yet, but we might be. Okay, well, if they stay here, then we're definitely fast enough to hit them. It's a little unfortunate they used Incrum, but I don't think magic... No, actually, I think magic is affected by regular... Well, it's affected by magic defense, but it's affected by regular defense, too? Or maybe it's just affected by Incrum. I don't know game mechanics. I haven't played this game in 15 years. What do you want from me? I think my Pyre box just broke. Oh, well. Let's see how much this does. It should kill. Oh, it didn't kill. Okay. They're not weak to purple. The color is a lie! They're actually purple element despite being red element. No, they're red element, but they're probably just immune to purple. So. Okay, so how do I kill you then? Alpha Storm? Don't have enough for Pyre, so just attack? Oh, okay, that's fine. You do want to try to kill the Lupulons, though, because they give good rewards, just like every looper. These enemies fucking freak you out. Like, that is a horrible fate. Oh my god, yeah, for sure. You can fucking load 3 if you want, as opposed to 4 or 5. Yeah, you don't have to just do that. And then you get really deep into the game mechanics in 13, and you'll realize that every 2 rounds, if you switch classes, your ATB resets. So then you can just get a full ATB bar by swapping to a different paradigm. Now we're getting real technical. So, oh, whoops, Y. There we go. Gotta press Y, that is. Another boulder? No. Another sarcophagus, though. In case it wasn't obvious, all the sarcophagi have stuff in them before you can get the treasures. That's why I'm getting into a random encounter every time I get here, so... Yeah, there you go. Well, I think we got like 7 or 8 uses out of the Pyre box, and that's about right, so... oh, I don't need Incrum anymore. Let's work on Sacres this time. And then we'll go from there. And there we go. Get 'em, team! 13 had an iffy story, but you remember liking the combat, and then 13-2 happened. Actually, to be honest, I don't mind the combat in 13-2 either. 13-2 is a weird beast for me, because, like, I hate the story of 13-2. I think the combat is pretty okay, despite the fact that it's kind of... I like the monster capture mechanic, okay? That's my secret, my dirty little secret. I like the monster capture mechanic in 13-2. I like the Final Fantasy Legends, so that sort of stuff just appeals to me outright, and that's probably why I like it. But I don't know if it's necessarily as good as it was back in 13-1, because then you just had party members, plain and simple, to do that for you. So, are you about to get Pyra's Vice? I think he is. Excuse me. Maybe I should switch again a little bit. Well, there's an Ancient Robe for us. Is that good for Aka? Let's see what that gives me. I could give it to Fina too, but... more defense in exchange for less... so it would probably reduce her dodge, which is a little unfortunate, but... I don't know if it's enough extra defense for me to want to wear it, to be honest. Because it gives her less hit and less dodge. I mean, I guess those aren't too important for Fina, because she's not going to be attacking physically all that much, but I don't know, I don't think I want to bother with it. How did your HP get down? What happened? Put it back. There. Oh, you were talking about the story and how it destroys the story continuity. Yeah. Yes, it does. And another dirty little secret I have about 13.2 is that in a very vindictive way, I like the fact that the game completely fucks itself at the end. I know that it did it on purpose because it's like, you shouldn't be fucking with the timeline. It's like, well, then you shouldn't be letting me play the video game because that's the only way to progress forward. But by the end of it, I had this, like... It was really just me being vindictive because it's like, listen, you just retconned 13.1 out of existence. I want to watch you burn. And then the game burned, and I was like, holy shit, it actually is burning. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. Should I use... I'm going to use Pyri, I think, here. Let's use Alpha Storm and then... Or no, I can't use Pyri if I do that. So I guess I just double up on the Pyri then. Yeah, that'll work. The speedrun strats for this point use Pyri a lot here, although I think they use it in box form, if I remember correctly, because you can get a whole bunch of Pyri box drops here. And I think the speedruns want you to get a bunch of Pyri box drops here. Like, I think you need like 7 or 8 or something, because Pyri's actually pretty solid for a decent chunk of the game here. Like, it's good for the rest of this area, despite it being the red area, and it's really good in the next area because it's the green area, so they take extra damage from red. At the end, it didn't fucking know what it wanted to do, so they sequel baited us, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Only 2 quick vice? Come on, you gotta do better than that. Ooh, Behemoth's Ring. That's also a rare drop, I think. I've been getting a couple of rare drops so far. I got that Mace Hand, and now I got this thing? What does that do? Behemoth's Ring. Boost defense and magic defense, especially to yellow magic, and protects against weak. So now you won't be able to be drilled if you wear the Behemoth's Ring. So it's not too bad. Is it worth taking off the Lover's Ring or the Silver Veil, though? Not really. It's nice, and it probably sells for a decent chunk, but I don't think I'm going to take it off for that, you know. Looks like this place kind of bends in on itself a little bit. Is this just a... Yeah, this is just a little room to get away from the boulder. Okay. Maybe there's another room. Wow. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so the boulder will stop and exit the area down here. Apparently the boulder just stops because I'm not walking in there anymore. It's a trap, but it's knowledgeable of your proximity to it. It's a very high-tech trap. Alright, let's take a look around here. Well, it's not billiards, but there are holes for me to roll these things into, probably in order to open the door, right? Yeah. Get ready to have no luck for the rest of the area? Yeah, you're probably right. And actually, my luck was karmically balanced the last time this happened with the Mace Hand, because before that I got ambushed by a bunch of slimes that cast an instant death spell on Aka. So, this is gonna... I hope that doesn't happen again. Alright, so there's a puzzle to do here, and as you can see, if you just roll the one that's right next to the stairs first, it's not gonna work, because these two need to be rolled in here first. If, by some chance, you mess up the puzzle, you can reset the room, if I remember right, by just walking a little bit up the stairs and then coming back. I think. Like, I think you have to go back past the boulder trap, but I think you can just reset it that way, so... But I see it right now. I don't need to reset it because I see what the puzzle wants me to do. Isn't that normal in ancient civilizations? Yeah, having high-tech traps that are based on your proximity, yes, that are more knowledgeable than you'd expect a trap to be. Yeah, you're right. So, I guess I shouldn't question it too much. Anything in here? Perhaps? No? No. Okay. Did I get all the moonfish in here? Let me see. What do my notes say? There's one more moonfish and one cham in here, actually. So, they're around here somewhere. We'll have to find them. I'm going to look for the next save point, basically, and then probably call it a day. But we might find the next moonfish and the next cham before we get there. We'll see. Oh, well, the door closed behind me, so guess we're not getting out that way. At least not yet. I think you can actually walk out that way, though. Like, the door will just reopen if you do. So, what do we got in here? Grave robbing. I don't think the Nazarads are gonna... The Nazaradians, I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. But I don't think they're gonna like me too much for robbing all of these gravestones. I mean, I guess I have Crystallis on Vice. I could just use it instead of using the box, but then I wouldn't be able to use Crystallis with Aka and Fina because I only have 4 SP to start the battle, so gotta use a box. I could probably just attack too, but you know. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, when the Pyri box broke, there's actually a different animation that plays, or rather a different sound effect that plays when the box breaks. You'll know that it broke. So. Well, I hope the save point's coming up soon. That guy was guarding. Because I'm pretty sure I just ran out of water, so... It's fine. We'll make it work. Worst comes to worst, the arrow catching my throat. Knock on wood so it doesn't happen. And then I'll just run upstairs and grab some water because I won't be able to not. So. Okay, there we go. Got him. You're almost out of shit to do in 14. You're doing the trial storyline from post Shadowbringers, and you have everything but Dark Knight and Gunbreaker at level 80 or higher. You have nothing left to do but make every damn one of Gunhilder's arms. I mean, you could move on with the story, because anything's better than making Gunhilder's arms. At least if you want my opinion. I was not a fan of that side quest. I did it, but... Oh, we got a bunch of different directions we can go in here. Let's check this way first. Because, yeah, I think this is mostly a... Well, it doesn't look like a dead end, actually. Looks like it kind of curves around. And has another sarcophagus. No, you will make all of them, like the maniac you are. Good luck. Yeah, I don't know, I just... A lot of the endgame MMO shit that 14 does, and any MMO does for that matter, I can't vibe with it. It just is not my game. I don't like grinding. And that's just material grinding. Like, it's not even... In a lot of cases there, it's like, okay, I'm at max level, or I'm at max level for the expansion that I'm playing, and... I don't know, it just feels like I'm wasting time, honestly, for me, but I don't know. Maybe that's the point, I guess. I don't know, my sub ran out for 14 yesterday, I think. I was helping Cole level a couple of classes for when we do the stream for Shadowbringers. But I was having a problem because of our internet being kind of erratic right now, where the game would like DC for like 60% of my runs through the dungeons, and I couldn't hardly see shit. So, like, I wouldn't be able to see the mechanics because I couldn't see them going out because I couldn't... Nothing was happening on the screen, basically, so... Oh, there's a Pyri box. But yeah, you know. Hey, Huter, how you doing? I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but welcome to the stream. Love how it's censored Crazy Girl. Fuck Twitch and its garbage censorship. I didn't know that it did that. That's interesting. What, censored Crazy Girl? Were you saying something in the chat before that had that in there and it would censor it? That seems weird. Like, it wouldn't censor something that... Like, that doesn't seem like something that you would put censorship on, but I don't know. Anyway, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Playing Skies of Arcadia. We're in the Temple of Pirin. Pirin? Still don't know how to pronounce that, so... Oh, it censored it in Marie's comment for you. Okay, see, it's not censored for me. I didn't see it, so... I do know you're a crazy girl, though. That's true. It's meant to be done during Shadowbringers because there isn't anything to do at Endgame. Look at every Relic Weapon quest line. It's meant to be busy work, but it gets worse with age, yeah. Well, you know. Are you in a different country, maybe, then, Huter? Because I mean, in the U.S., maybe there's different censorship things than other countries. Possibly. Like, maybe Twitch adheres to certain censorship depending on where you're from? I don't know. It's interesting, and I don't really know how the rules work, but it's possible, considering. No good old US of A? Okay, then I have no fucking clue. I got nothing. Twitch is crazy. But I'm glad you're here. We're almost done for the day, actually, though. I'm just basically just looking for the next save point, and then I'm going to call it a day, so we'll see. That just loops back into the original room. I think this is one of the other puzzle rooms here, so... Yeah. Only half paying attention because you're multitasking. That's okay. I mean, I understand that. I mean, sometimes it's easier to get your stuff done when someone's talking in the background, you know, so I get you. You do whatever you feel you need to do to get through all this. I don't think Pyri's going to work here, but I'm going to try it. If the Lupulons take damage from Pyri, I'm going to be a little bit upset in the OCD department because they're red and red element, so they shouldn't, but... I don't know. I just don't know what their resistances are, I guess, so that's what's throwing me for a loop at the moment. We'll see. Oh, I don't need green on anymore. I got Sacres for Fina, so I can switch that. Yeah, okay, so they're just immune to red and purple. So I can probably hit them with, like, Electri or Wevely and be fine. Maybe I'll try that this turn. No statuses? Okay, good.
Give me strength.
Well, at least I can almost take out the Death's Heads. So that's good. Vice can take care of them next turn. So, and then... So Alpha Storm won't work. Noxie might work. Crystallis won't work. Let's use Wevely. And then I'll use the Electri box, because I haven't used that really all that much yet. So I guess I could try to put him to sleep, but I'm pretty sure Loopers are immune to all status ailments, because they're the prize enemy. You're also immune to yellow element. Okay. I'm learning. Slowly, but I'm learning. Counterattack. Okay, there we go. We got him. Besides, you're going to do every step for all the weapons at once, so it won't be as bad as going back and doing the steps again. It's still going to suck, though. Yeah, I don't envy you doing any of that, I'll be honest. I couldn't even do one. So, I got through, like... I think the Heaven's Ward Fates step of the relic weapon, and that was it. And I was like, I don't even... At the end, I was like, oh, why am I even doing this? I don't even want these weapons. So... They might take damage from... Well, so physical attacks still deal damage to them, but magical attacks, at least the elements I've tried, don't seem to deal damage to them, so... But yeah, physical attacks deal damage to them because it's physical, basically. Even though it's green element, most of it is physical. You just get extra damage if it's... Okay, so this has to move with that billiards puzzle, probably. You want shiny weapons? No, that's fine. That's why a lot of people do those quests, because they like the shiny weapons. I was never a big fan, but, you know, you do you. What we got? Dung. Alright, Nitro, take it easy. We'll see ya. We'll be back next week. So really, I guess, do I just use the Pyre box again? I mean, I just got it, so I might as well, right? Yeah, so that's the thing about the Pyre box, is that you can use it, but then whoever else is going to be taking a turn cannot use it, so... Yeah, just gotta, you know, make do with it. Sure, I'll use the Electri box, why not?
Let's try this.
Actually, Fina's lined up pretty nice for that, because she can hit a couple of enemies if this dung thing survives, which it didn't. So that's good. I should have switched my weapon color again. But this guy's going to live this turn, so I don't care. He's guarding. I think I just want silver now. I mean, I could use purple and just start getting ahead of that, because a lot of the enemies are probably weak to purple. Well, this guy's green, so he's actually not even weak to purple. He's weak to red. I could start working on Pyriz for everybody, since he's green. I guess I'll do that. Let's just attack him. Probably use some magic droplets on the next turn after this. I wonder if counterattacks can cause the status effect that's associated with some of the enemy's attacks. I don't know. I've never seen it happen, at least not from what I remember, but maybe it'll happen. That step you mentioned, the Heaven's Ward Fates, you need to do enough Fates to get 340 of all 3 types of memories. So 340 times 3 then, I think, which is... Pyriz. Oh, and a Stormwing. Another rare drop, I think, because that's a weapon. And usually weapons are pretty rare. Let's see what it does. So we got a Scout Wing right now. Stormwing. Oh, and the Dancing Arc was another weapon that she got, so there you go. Maybe we can give it to Belina since we got the Stormwing instead. Yeah, it's a little bit more accurate, or rather, a lot more accurate. And it has the best number for its attack, so I guess I'll do that. Oh, and it can inflict weak. This is a fantastic weapon. Aka, put that on right now. Give it to me. There we go. That will be a very useful tool for a little while there for us. I'm going to top people off with these magic droplets, I think. I'm going to use some sacred crystals while I'm at it, because why not? Might as well. We're almost topped off in that department. Oh, I got to use the Cham on Cupel. He's a Cuplicone now. I don't know if that's good or bad. Actually, I could use them on Fina from right here, so... There we go. 1320, yes, yeah, great. The more talk you hear about 14, the happier you are not being in its clutches, is in multiple other games' clutches. It's mostly the endgame stuff in 14 that's like that, honestly. It's very MMO-esque because it is itself an MMO. And again, it's just not my game, really. I don't vibe with a lot of the stuff that MMOs do, so it just never really appealed to me. But I did play it for the stream, and I will be glad when I'm done with it. Let's take a look around the room, shall we? Hope that save point's coming up soon, because I'm starting to have air catching my throat, too. So that's not good. Where can this go? This needs to go in first. Because the red ones need to be on the red switches, I think, and the blue ones need to be on the blue switches, so... Oh, no, wait, I just fucked it up. No, I didn't. Never mind, I can just do this. Okay, it's fine. I thought I fucked it up, but I did not. So. And now we do this. We bring this one here. Okay. And then we do this one next, because then the other one can roll over this one. I guess it doesn't really matter, because you can technically just do this with either one of them at this point, because you could just roll it to the side. But definitely do it like this, so that you want to get the red ones in the red switches and the blue ones in the blue switches. That's the main thing to remember. So there you go. Wow. Where are we going? Elevator? This place really is high-tech. Oh, it looks like there's, yeah, a door that's going to pop open for me. Okay, cool. You play 14 and FGO. You've been lost a long time ago. Oh, we got a new follower. Let me check it out. I didn't hear it. Phoenix Fire Force. Thank you for following. Cool username. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Play FGO and Arknights. Happy Dino board gaming. Friends that are in that same camp. There you go. I don't know what FG... Oh, no, that's Fate, isn't it? Fate, something. I don't remember what is after Fate. I don't remember what the GO stands for, but it's Fate, I think, is the F. Okay, so that just lets us take a shortcut there. This is new territory, and there's probably going to be a boulder because the door is closing behind me. Or maybe not. Ah, here's the boulder. Are you gonna pop out, or are you gonna wait for me to go? You're gonna wait for me to go, aren't you? Yep. Oh, God! Oh, there's a Cham in here. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, so that's the Cham of the area, and then I think there's another Moonfish a little bit later, but I think it's close to the save point that we're coming up on, so we'll see in a minute. It is Grand Order? Okay, Fate Grand Order, got it. You haven't been paying attention to the game, and it looks like we're rolling in cylinder batteries. Yeah, basically. It's just a bunch of big cylinder vase-looking thingamajiggers. I don't know. Well, the Cuplicone has, I think, a little more hit rate than before, and then there's the attack, which is pretty nice, so I guess that's good. Again, it doesn't matter what you feed him for right now. Eventually, you can custom feed him, so just feed him whatever you get, and you'll be fine. Oh, there's another little spot over here. Just like last time. Let's go check. Let's see. One of these sarcophagi has a tough enemy in it. It's not just going to be those tiki things. And I don't remember which one it is, so... It's not this one, though. Let's see. Am I working on... I think I'm working on Pyras for everybody now. Which seems strange considering these guys are red element. But I do have Crystallis boxes, so I might as well use them. There we go. AKA Pain Simulator. This architecture must have been a pain in the ass to figure out. Yeah, absolutely. These guys were very in depth with the architecture. So no auto grind order. Fake grind order because fuck. Excuse me. You don't have a fucking auto grinding thing. You're on mobile, not emulator. You have to pay at least some attention. Is it Shinryu? You refuse to let that go. Oh, in terms of the enemy in the box, yeah, it might be. It's like a mimic, basically. So, the mimic of this game, although it's a little more intimidating than your usual mimic, if I recall correctly. So, I'm just gonna attack. I know he's red and I'm red, but it's fine. He doesn't have that much more HP.
That was easy.
Yeah, monster in a box, exactly. The area song here is called Dungeon of Searing Heat. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because this place is probably cooking, considering it's under the sand, so... And in here, another moonberry. Cool. Speaking of which, I think I might have mentioned Vice's third super move, and I don't think we even got it yet. No, we didn't, so it's right there. It's I might get it in a second. Let me see if I can get other ones. So this is an upgrade to Alpha Storm. It's an AoE around Aka, but it's pretty large, so... And then this one is... Lunar Cleansing, I think? It basically is like a Curia Crystal on everyone, so it's kind of nice to have. Actually, I might get that because that's only 6 SP for a Curia Crystal on everyone, so maybe I should get this instead. I really don't need Vice's third move for now, although you do kind of want to prioritize him in terms of your Moonberries because you want him to get his 5th move as soon as possible, so he can rain down absolute destruction on the enemies. Like, his 5th move does so much fucking damage, it's ridiculous. It costs a ton of SP, but it does so much damage, it's ridiculous. Mimics were really cool in 12, and were horribly underutilized. Yeah, it would have been nice if they used them for more, because they were really cool. They basically were these little bug things that disguise themselves as treasure coffers. It's really cool. 12 had a lot of cool, interesting ideas, so... After Counter-Strike, he learns PUBG. Something like that. Let's take a look. He does allow things to rain down, and I'm pretty sure you drop into the map in PUBG. I never played any of those games, so I have no idea, but let's see what he rains. He rains swords! Sounds like my kind of rain, but only when I'm using it against the enemy. I guess we could try that out if we ever get to 14 SP for some godforsaken reason in a fight. So. And go. These ones look a little crustier, a little more sand-dusted than the other ones. Oh. Well, good thing I wasn't on the other side. I think the boulders do 400 damage to each party member if you get hit by them, so... Oh, yeah, and the crystal mimics. Yeah, save point. Enemy literally starts killing you. Yeah, that's true. The save point ones were cool as well. I forgot about those. Oh, man. That lava is bright, I'll tell you what. It's kind of cool to see, like, actual moving molten lava in a video game, though, at this time period. I mean, I think Sonic Adventure had it as well, and it was also on the Dreamcast, but, like... I don't know, it's just because these games are older, I kind of appreciate all of the cool in-depth stuff that they put in here. And it's fully rendered, and you run around it, and it's an RPG. Again, usually these things were not fully rendered and able for you to run around them, you know? So, it's just cool to see, I guess. Electri box doesn't work. Crystalla's box doesn't work. I also broke one, so that's great. Slipper a box? I don't know. I'm confused. I guess we'll work on silver for now. I could use Noxy on them to see if that works. Webley worked before, so maybe that'll work again. And I think you have Webley as well? Yeah, you do. Okay, well, let's try it. I'll learn your weaknesses yet, Lupulons. Okay. Not weak to Webley. Not weak to much of anything, it seems like. Mostly just going to have to rely on our physical attacks hitting, I suppose. Just kind of a pain. Okay, we got one of them to sleep. That's good.
Move! Give me strength!
Yeah, free us all, save point. Mildly disappointed I've been increasing Vice's rank. You recently saw someone speedrunning, and he was like Vice the Coward or something. Yeah, the speedruns usually get Vice the Coward, actually, because... I didn't mention this before about Vice's title. The way that it works is that if you run away from fights in the game, it actually reduces his swashbuckler rank. Because you're running from battles. That is something that we'll think about later on when we get something that will allow us to run away, but we don't have access to that just yet, so... Let's see if Noxie works, I guess. Oh, that worked. There we go. And we'll be able to hit the other guy because he's sleeping, so perfect. Lots of rewards. Maybe I underestimated Slipper.
That was easy.
Because that worked pretty good there. Yeah, you're not even allowed to run. The game punishes you for it by reducing Vice's swashbuckler rating if you run. Which is part of the reason why I don't really care about that little drawback. That's the drawback, by the way, to the accessory that Vice can equip that reduces the random encounter rate. Oh, look, another sarcophagus. This seems like a strange place for it, but okay. But yeah, you can't even run from those because it reduces his swashbuckler rank. So that's fun. But, it's fine. I'm not that concerned about his swashbuckler rating. I'm pretty sure you can still recruit people, because you need a certain ranking to recruit a few people later on in the game. Specifically one person. It needs to be a certain amount. But I'm pretty sure you can get there even if you run from several of the fights in the game. So, I don't remember exactly, but we'll see. We don't need that person anyway. They have like really solid weapons that they can make for you because they're a blacksmith, but we don't need them. It's fine. Right, running in cowardice when it saves your life, as a certain someone says. Yeah, so while we were talking about 12, discretion is the better part of valor, somebody also says that there. So. Yep, there it is. Cefico said it too. We're on the same wavelength. Alright, we got Curia for everybody, and Fina's well on her way to getting Eterni, I think, is the third one. 5 magic droplets. That's actually really good. I'll take it. Alright, let's go down here. We're in the lava section, so I think we're pretty close to the save point, because there's a part where you're near lava, and there's a save point right there, like near the boss fight, so I don't think we're too far away. What do we got here? Salamanders, hello. Crystallis time. I think this is overkill, but Crystallis time. Actually, this might not be overkill, because I think these guys can use like a weird flamethrower move or something on you that does a lot of damage, so... I don't remember, though. I could be misremembering. As Titus says, live and let live! You only know Arnaud and Wild Arms 4 says it. Yeah, well, it's true in both cases, so... I think Balthier says it in 12 because he's not an idiot. He couldn't be if he wanted to be a Sky Pirate, yeah. I forget who says it in 12, but somebody does. I think pretty early on in the game, too. So, I guess I could get Electri or Drilln or whatever for Vice and Aka, and then I could get Pyras for Aka while she's at it. Maybe I should just switch back to red and yellow. Switch back to yellow for like one fight and then to red, just to... So that they're not just sitting there with like one single-digit amounts left, you know? It's gotta be really fucking hot in here, though. I gotta tell you what, this place looks like it... Like, this is probably sweet relief in this room because it's not right next to... Oh, there's the save point. Right next to the, whatchamacallit. Right next to the lava. Oh, okay, another switch on this one. Let's take a look at what it does. Ah! Yes, so if you hit the switch, you'll release some water, and that should actually harden the lava, if I recall correctly, which will allow us to get further in. So, there you go. So now we just got to figure out where the water channels go to. You're going to tease me with that, aren't you? It's going to be over there, and, like, I'm not going to be able to get to it from here. Because I got to go all the way around. Well, we're almost there. You once had to do this dungeon twice back-to-back because your game crashed or something when you got to the end. Yeah, that is brutal. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Let's go with yellow for this battle. Would Crystallis work better here? Because these guys aren't going to take a whole lot from, like, Alpha Storm or Pyre. I mean, I guess I could get rid of most of them if I use Crystallis here. And then Vice can probably take care of them by himself, so, like, one by himself. Crystallis. I keep saying Crystallis. I don't know why, but I keep saying it. It's Crystallis. At least I think it is, anyway. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, sounds like it. This was kind of short, but it felt long AF. At least this is one of the fun dungeons, at least you think so. You hate the ship dungeons. Yeah, it's one of the better ones in your opinion. I like it. It's got cool atmosphere to it, and I like the, like I said, I like the fully rendered lava. It's not one of those things that you see every day in a 1999, 2000-ish RPG. At the time, a lot of the more popular ones, Final Fantasies, were... They used 2D backgrounds because they were still on the PlayStation, so they just didn't have the staying power the Dreamcast had. Oh, that's what she means by Cuplicone. Okay. Can you tell I don't attack with Fina very often? Physically. There are a few that you dread. I think I remember the water dungeon being kind of shit, but I don't recall. It's been a while, so I'd have to look back at it. Okay, we both got drone. That's good. Making our way up. Now we can switch back to red, even though they're all red in this dungeon, these enemies, but it'll let us, whatchamacallit, it'll let us learn Pyriz so we have it for the next area. Because that'll be pretty good for the next area. What we got in here? This might be the enemy I was talking about, the Mimic, which would be kind of bad, because I think I'd want to go to the save point, especially after this, if it's the enemy. Yeah, it is the enemy I was talking about. Okay. Zivelin Bane, a grave robber. So he's going to be fun to fight. I don't remember if he's too bad, but I think he has some pretty powerful attacks, so I might play defense the first turn. Do I Delta Shield? I feel like that's too much. I feel like Delta Shield would be too much at this point. No, it might not be too much. It's a slipper of box, though. Fina, why don't you just guard?
Bring it on.
I just want to see what he does, because I don't remember him, so... Oh, burst? Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. I knew I remembered him having a specific move that was really strong, so... We'll see if he does it here. Or if Slipper even works. It didn't work there, and I broke my box, so... Okay, well, 105 on a guard, that's not too bad. But yeah, as you can see, he's got a little HP, so... We have Cutlass Fury now, though, so that's probably pretty good. Actually, we want... No, he's red, so I don't want him to be red. Let's work on silver. See if I can... not take him out with this necessarily, but do some good damage to him anyway. Don't want to attack. I don't want to get too many counterattacks going. I might just guard and let Vice do the talking. I probably remember the Fabula Nova Crystallis series of Final Fantasy games. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that did like nothing at all. Wow. I mean, I didn't buff or anything, so that's probably why, but okay, here's Burst. It's a grenade! Ow. I think it has AoE, but it looks like Fina was standing just far enough away where it didn't actually hit her. So that's not bad. Let's see. So why don't you two just attack, and why don't you use the Crystallis box as well? I mean, if I break it, whatever. And then Fina, why don't you toss out a Sacred's Crystal for Vice, because that looked like it hurt.
Let's try this.
Water dungeons are always bad. Yeah, they never really do them in a very good way, do they? Oh, that did pretty good. He must be... Oh, no, he's red. That's why it did good, because he's weak to that. So... Like I said before, you'll notice the most difference between red and purple enemies, because red does like 40% more damage to purple enemies and vice versa. So... You like the blue dungeon? Maybe I'm thinking of a different dungeon then, because I remember there's one where you like move really slow in water or something, and I remember not liking that one too much. But maybe that's not the water dungeon. Maybe it's like a different dungeon that just happens to have water in it, you know? So. Okay, got him. Cool. He wasn't too bad. One in this game's alright. Yeah, we definitely don't want to get hit by burst too many times. You remember the history of Final Fantasy Disc. You're so happy someone was smart enough to upload that to YouTube. Yeah, because it would probably be kind of hard to get your hands on nowadays. So, I should switch and just get Pyriz for Fina and Aka. An Ickle Seed? Isil Seed? And a Rune of Ill Omen. Oh, good. Is that like the black spot again? Anyway, let me use the Sacred Crystal real quick. There we go. What's the Ickle Seed do? I'm going to call it an Ickle Seed because that sounds funnier. Will by 3. Fina, here you go. We're not going to shore up weaknesses with these seeds. We're just going to boost strengths. Make her the most powerful mage. Do it! And top off while we're here, because why not? Because the save point's like not too far away, so... That'll help. Yeah, I'm gonna say Ickle just because. Okay, looks like one more puzzle and then we'll be able to hit up the save point, so that's good. Yeah, she's a Willionaire now. Something like that. Probably the ice dungeon. Yeah, you're probably right, Sephico, because usually there's water in the ice dungeon too. I don't remember the ice dungeon that much in this one. Maybe I do actually, because there's like crystal-y stuff going on in the ice dungeon. I think I remember it being very pretty to look at though, if I recall. Well, how the fuck do you do this? There's just a box in the way. Maybe you have to hit certain things in order to get the... Hang on, I gotta brain this. Hold on. How do I puzzle this out in my brain? Okay, so I can walk on that section there, so I should be able to push this over to the side. Yeah, this pushes here. Ah, yes, so by pressing these in, it actually moves the boxes that are here. And I think, unfortunately, we do have to listen to the beeping for the moonfish the whole time, unfortunately. So, kind of sucks, but we'll get there. It's over, I think, by the save point, if I remember right. I don't quite recall. All right, so I think each one will change the boxes around. So this one goes in next, I think. Yeah, because then I can take this blue one and I can push it all the way across because the red divot is no longer a divot. It's up, raised out of the ground. And then we can push the red one in last. So there we go. That wasn't too bad. The puzzles in this game aren't usually too tough to solve. I remember a few kind of tripping me up a little bit, but they're usually fairly simple if you just kind of back up and look at them a little bit, you know? So... yeah, the fish is motivating me to get this done faster. There you go. Cheer on, fish. Something like that, yeah. Well, we raised the lava level, so I don't know how I feel about that one, but well, there you go. And I just got to figure out... we already were this way, right? Or is this a new area? No, we were already this way, because that's where the Zivelin Bane chest was, right over there. Okay. So we got to go around this way. I see the save point! Stop tempting me! Oh, no, wait, I remember what you gotta do now. You gotta go back and you gotta hit the switch with the water levels, because that will, the water and the lava will combine and the lava will harden. And then you can walk across it. So, I remember now. It just took me a minute. It's okay, I got it. This looks very Golden Sun. Wow, this one sucks. Oh, boy. Cut the red divot would stay down. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, no, it was fine. It would have been bad if the red divot stayed down. We would have had to do a lot more, like, maneuvering, but it was okay. We were fine. I still have a crystals box, right? Yeah, I'm gonna use it. It might break pretty soon. Actually, Pyris, there we go. Work on that. It might break pretty soon, but hey, if it breaks, it's fine. It made us through the whole dungeon. We can buy more if I need to from the mystery merchant. This is very Golden Sun. Fuck. Is there any evidence in real life that you can make platforms on lava? I don't think so. And live even if so. As far as I'm aware, no. But, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm no geologist, but... that seems like a stretch, you know? At least to me, it seems like a stretch. A lot of video games like using that trope, though. Hell, even Mass Effect used it. So... this Crystallis box is living. I'm liking it. I've gotten a few uses out of this so far. Yeah, they do. So many games do the trope. It's crazy. There's a lot. Oh, maybe that's the flamethrower I was thinking of, and it's just its regular attack. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Let's see. Why don't you just attack? Actually, Aka, you go faster, so why don't you Crystallis, and then just Fina can do whatever.
Moons, give me strength.
Maybe I shouldn't have started this dungeon at 10 to 7. I knew going in that there probably wasn't going to be a save point until the very end, because that's how dungeons usually work in this game, at least at the beginning, until they start getting too long for that. But, well, I decided it would be worth it, and here we are. There's Pyris, so that's good. Now Fina's just got to get it, so it shouldn't be too long. Alright, let's blast this with some water. And if I recall correctly, the moonfish is somewhere on the lava field here, which still looks too hot to walk on, if you ask me, but whatever. Oop. It's here somewhere. Where are you, little guy? Hello? Mario! Oh, there you are. Hang on, I gotta back up. There, that should be good. Yep. Got him. Cool. Alright, well, that takes care of that. We got the moonfish, we got the chams, we got pretty much everything that we needed in the Temple of Pirin, except for the crystal that we came here for. What awaits us beyond this door that will most definitely be guarding the crystal? And how will we get it out of here before Valua comes here if we no longer have a ship? Find out on the next episode of Skies of Arcadia Legends, the Stream Edition, which will be happening sometime early next week. I'm not sure yet, probably Sunday or Monday, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'll post up the schedule on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Discord tomorrow about between 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so just keep an eye out over there for that. In the meantime, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I'll see all of you early next week for more. We finish up the temple. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good one. It was too long for that. The fuck? I don't know. The hookshot decides sometimes how long and short it feels like being. I'm not even sure if that's what you're talking about, but... well, there you go. I walked on magma and lived. Take that, reality.